Nope, that was on me, Camgal. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. I completely forgot. I usually, when I start my stream, I do it early and I mute all my audio so that I don't accidentally have stuff coming through, and then I just forgot to unmute it. I do that sometimes. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we missed the commentary on some of this. It's fine. Gravedigger is a solid card. Thanks for letting me know, though. Getting paid off a little bit for moving into black. There's some pretty good black cards. Demon's Due is not that great. It's okay. But Skeleton Archer has its uses. Gravedigger is a great card. This card I feel has been underappreciated recently because it's been so long since it's been in common print. That said, we do need more in the way of cheap cards to play. Uh, this is Obscura Charm is okay, but it's 3 colors. I don't know if we can swing it. Maestros Initiate is something to do a little bit earlier, but still triggers Karuga, so I guess that's fine. At this point, I'm looking at being blue-black. I think our black cards are stronger than our blue ones, so if we find we want to change colors, that's fine. Green would be the preferred color to switch into, just because I still want to cast Karuga if I can. Well, we talked about Connive being good. Black is good. Planar Incision, does this do anything for us? Oh, Planar Incision is actually really good with Karuga, Gravedigger, Searchlight Companion, it's okay. Merfolk Trickster. Yeah, actually, I really like Planar Incision. Well, I guess. Sorry. Oh, Peachy Keen, you also said so. I just didn't even notice. My bad. Yeah, sorry. I just forgot to unmute my stream. Oh well, we'll pick it up from here. You didn't miss very much. Just talking about having had fun with this yesterday, so we'll do it again. Yeah, this card's fine. We want stuff to do a little earlier. We have a lot of 4s. I don't have tea today. Just had a lot of caffeine and sugar this week, so just good old water. Water is great. I don't know why, but I always feel the need to drink from whatever drink I'm mentioning that I have to be like, yes, look, I have this drink. Look, I'm drinking it. Who's doubting that I have this? I don't think that's a thing. The Gitaxian Skullflare is okay. I think I actually kind of want this Guildgate. This is a medium enough card where I don't really care if we miss out. Both of these are, but there's a non-zero chance that like we want to have access to another color. Obviously, I'd prefer a blue-black dual land, but, we take what we can get. I don't love Winning Invitation. I mean, it cantrips, I guess, which means it's something to do. I don't think we're going to play any of this. I guess the Wedding Invitation's the most likely to make the cut, but I don't think we're playing it. And PG Keen, you weren't here yesterday, but we did this draft prior, and it was a lot of fun. So basically, this is for Magic's 30th anniversary. The idea is all the cards... like every card is in. Ooh, You're Already Dead is like so close to being good. I don't think we. All right, we might play this. So we open packs that look like normal retail packs. There's 1 rare, 3 uncommons, the rest commons, but they're not all from the same set. It's not that you open a pack of Eldraine and the person next to you opens a pack of Kamigawa. It's that you open a pack with Kamigawa, Eldraine, March of the Machines, all these cards together. So it's neat. We went 7-2 yesterday with some pretty solid bombs. We don't have... See, Inscription of Abundance is good, but I don't think it's double green. We definitely don't have enough instants and sorceries. Yeah, we have 2 instants. For Augur of Bolas, that card will just say, look at the bottom 3 cards of our library. Eyes of the Beholder is not bad. It's the only black card in the pack. What is this thing? Target creature can't be blocked. I don't think that's what we're in the market for. We can see if there's something worth splashing. A fight isn't the worst, but I don't think that's where we want to be. I think just expensive, but catch-all removal is probably fine. I'm not like super stoked about it. It's fine. Emery, very powerful card, but not in this format. Let's see. Blade Brand is okay. Man, this pack has been pretty bad. Zulaport Duelist is fine. Dazzler Light's just a 4/5. 3 mana, 2/1 flying. Extra spell, fill dies, mill 2. We can't really take advantage of the mill 2, but it is a Windrake, right? 3 mana for 2 power in the air. Yeah, I don't really want to, like, really want to have this trigger that much. We don't take advantage of our graveyard like we did last time. Maybe we'll find something. This looks like stuff we don't want to be doing. One instance of dungeon of delving into the dungeon is venturing into the dungeon isn't really where we want to be. Oh no, another Raven maybe. Nagaturn's just a 3/2. I mean, this flies. All right, we'll take it. Now I'm really on the lookout for stuff to use the graveyard. Eat to Extinction is just a solid. It's just a really good removal spell. Whenever we roll more and more dice, we don't do that. What is this? Enters the battlefield, surveil one. That's okay, I guess. Uh, yeah, this pack has just been pretty underwhelming. There are some good cards, like Lightning Stormkin is good for a deck, for like a red-blue aggressive deck. Aerial Responder, Vampire Whitehawk, as it used to be called, also a pretty good card. But for the most part, this pack so far has been pretty underwhelming. Shifting Ceratops would be great if we could swing it, but we're not really in the market. We can't really swing. I think we're solidly blue-black at this point. Uh, this is Falkor is fine. I think I'd rather have the Poisoner. The reason being, like, we already want stuff that'll get cards back. Ooh, another Gravedigger. Ooh, that's really good. I think we're just gonna take this Gravedigger. I guess we do have some stuff to use our graveyard. Two different arts on Gravedigger though. Wow, blue's actually been not that open. Maybe we should be looking to switch colors. Green is open. Uh. I think what we'll do is we'll start speculating on green. Any instance where we don't have good black cards. I don't know. I guess we're just going to take the 2/3 here. Because blue just doesn't seem that open. We have... The blue cards we have are good, but we only have a few of them. We don't even really have to be green, but, I mean, I want to play Karuga if I can. That means the Skull Prophet comes back in. And the Simic Gilgate was already bad. It's possible we're green-black. Sadly, Peachy Keen, there are no trees for you so far. But I'll be on the lookout. Wonder if they have the no tea, no trees. Yeah, it's true. There's a really great flavor text on Gravedigger that I wish they had. I think it's on the like 8th edition version, maybe it's a 7th edition version. It says like oddly, no one questioned the Cabal's wisdom in hiring a zombie to be a Gravedigger. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Weldfast Engineer. Okay, that could be good, but no. No, we're not in the market to destroy a single land. This pack's actually... Oh, Deeper Warrior's fine. Yeah, it's just like a fine thing to do early. It's not great, but it's something to do. I'm also from the... Like, I mentioned this yesterday. I'm also from an older age of drafting where, like, yeah, Grizzly Bear is a good card. 2 power, 2 mana. What else could you ask for? Yeah, green is way more open than blue. I don't think that's what we want. Prey Upon's not bad. Do we have good things that fight? Like, not really. Yeah, our fighting is not very good. Our creatures aren't particularly tough. We're just gonna take this Okapi. It's a 3/2, I guess. Noose Constrictor could be good. I think we're in the market for Noose Constrictor. As of right now, it's not that great. It's just a 2/2 reach. I guess it's better than like our other. I don't really want lose 2 life. What does this thing do? Creature power 4 or greater into the battlefield. You can put up 1 counter on it. That's a direction. We want big stuff for Karuga anyway. All right, we're just getting all these 2 mana 2/2s. All right, I get it. Yeah, Circle of Moon Druid triggers are whatever that other card was. I don't think this card's good, but man, green is absurdly open. What does this card do? Look at the top. Oh no, so I'm not paying. Lorehold Command really strong, but we're miles away from being able to cast that. Giant Skewer, no, not really where I want to be. Aggressive Urge is fine. That might be where we where we are. Organ Hoarder is the best card in the pack, but we're not in blue. I mean, I guess it's enough better than anything that we might play that maybe I can like. I don't know if I want to splash Organ Hoarder though. Yeah, this pack's kind of not great for us. Uh, we'll take Skull Ray and probably not play it. Frost Augur. Okay, well we don't have Snowlands. Target player discards 2 cards. Unburden might be okay. Maybe with Unburden and Skull Raid, we can just discard our opponent into Oblivion. Eccentric Farmer works well with the Crow of Dark Tidings, but it's just what it does. The thing that it does when working well isn't that big a deal. Scoured Barrens, we don't have white. Yeah, I guess we'll take on Burden, and then we'll put the Skull Raid back in. Oh, this card was really good, wasn't it? Oh, you have to sack a creature, though. Sack a creature every upkeep. Alright, we'll keep it in mind. When it dies, each player mills 2 cards and you exile it. You can put a creature or battle from your graveyard on top of your library. Ugh. What is this? The Spectre of Fens, I remember like having a lot of play in slower formats. We don't have a lot of stuff that we're really super happy to. Actually, I guess we do have a decent amount of stuff we can sacrifice. All right, we're playing the Demagoth. Demagoth, Woe Eater. All right. Equal number of basic land types. No. Stop looking at the blue cards. Festive Funeral is not bad. It's 5 mana, but it's a removal spell. I think I'd rather have Reeve Soul with power 3 or less. Power 3 or less is pretty big, because if something has more than 3 power in limited, well, I guess more than 3 power is a big deal if they have it, but it's not super common. I think we're in it for Reef Soul. Pop Quiz, I remember being very good in that limited format, but it's a very different circumstance here, and we're still not in blue. I gotta remind myself. What is this? Sacrifice? Nope. We're gonna take the removal spell. That's why we're in black in the first place. Enters battlefield, scry 2. That's fine. Okay, we're not gonna. Young Wolf isn't really where I want to be. Burly Breaker. Yeah, we could use some more meat. Some more big meatballs. Deeproot Warrior, Destiny Spinner. I think Destiny Spinner can get the sideboard. So can this Noose Constrictor, I guess. We'll do more cutting later, but like our black is much stronger than our green. But we didn't really see a lot of good reasons to be in other colors. I did say yesterday, Noose Constrictor is great. The problem is I don't really have like anything that gains an advantage from being discarded. At most, it can activate a Gravedigger that wasn't active already, but I don't think that's great. I do like Unwilling Ingredient, though. Yeah, Unwilling... Oh, sometimes Arena does this. I'll single-click, and it'll just take the card for me. But Unwilling Ingredient is fine. It's also good with the Demagoth Woe Eater. It's from the same set. Like, it's intended to work together that way. Let's see. Pledge Mage, we're not really in the market. How many instants and sorceries do we have? Like 7 total? Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, none of this is any good. Take the Paladin, I guess. I don't think we're going to play it. Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm not super happy with, but a lot of our deck works well. Alright, our pack is back. We shouldn't expect anything good from here out. We have some really good stuff. Unlike last time, our removal actually hits bigger creatures. Like if you were here or if you remember, we lost one game to just our opponent had a 6/6 and we couldn't answer it. Now to be fair, it was a 4 mana 6/6, which is a little ahead of time, but enters battlefield. Yeah, I don't think we want any of this. Our curve is actually surprisingly even for how much we were like, well, we gotta keep an eye towards Karuga. But the thing is, Karuga works with 3 mana spells, or permanents, I guess. I don't think we're in the market for Insatiable Appetite. Spectre of the Fence. Didn't we take one? Or no, we didn't take it. So we'll see. We can take it now. Yeah, I don't like the Bladed Battle Fan. We got to make a few cuts here. We have a lot of 4s, which isn't great. I mean, Festive Funeral is a good removal spell. Soul Stinger could be good. We have like a decent amount of stuff. I'd rather take the removal spell. I know it's expensive, but I don't want like any of this. Some of our 2s are just really dorky, like this Greenwood Sentinel or Deeproot Warrior. Whatever. But we'll take a look in deck building at what we want to do. I think I'm glad I moved into green, even though the green stuff was like, it wasn't super impressive. The thing is, it was there. Blue was pretty not open. Oh yeah, we can slot in Karuga as our companion. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. Go away. Can I make this go away? I can't make it go away. All right. So a few cards that we need to cut. How are we doing on creatures? We have 18 creatures, so I can trim like 2 to 3 creatures and be okay with that. We have a lot of stuff to do early on just on 2 mana, so like I kind of I'm on board with trimming one of these random 2/2s. Contrangler, we have to see how well we trigger that actually, because we have, let's see, Circle of Moondruid I think triggers it. Then we have the Woe Eater, Karuga, Burly Breaker. Oh, we actually just don't have that much. All right, we can cut the Contrangler. We have too many 4s, so maybe the Spectre of the Fence, or we can get rid of Skull Raid. I don't love it. At least Unburden is, well, the being on 3 that it's 3 mana is nice, but also it cycles. If it's bad, we just don't need to play it. And now, how we do it, I think we have 15 creatures. We still have 16 creatures, so we can cut one more. I don't think I want to cut any more of these 2s. I think it has to be one of my 4s. Deal Gone Bad is good. Eat to Extinction is good. Gravediggers I love. Spectre of the Fence is fine. Circle of Moondruids actually kind of seems really dorky now that I don't have the Contrangler. Okay, so we cut a 3 instead of a 4. Our curve is a little higher than I'd like, but we have more removal than last time, and we have some payoffs for that big stuff. I guess our payoffs actually aren't that big a deal. Like, a lot of our 4s are very medium and just card advantage-y, but Karuga is a pretty big payoff. Yeah, I think this deck ultimately isn't as good as the one we had yesterday, but that's fine. Oh, we just do not have a lot of green cards. Oh, what does this look like if I cut green entirely? Hold on. Oh, I can't, I guess, because I have to cut this. I'd have to cut both of the. Oh, I'd have to cut like a lot of cards. I guess I don't have enough to cut green entirely. Okay. Okay, that makes me want to reassess how we're doing some of this. I mean, a 5-mana 4/4 isn't great, but maybe we can play it just to shore up our green count. Because the reason to be in green is stuff that is multi-green to cast. I mean, this Woe Eater is single green. That's fine. Maybe we can still just play an even split and just know that our forests aren't going to be that valuable. Loathsome Chimera, I actually don't hate that. Now that I look at it, because we do fill our graveyard a decent amount, and we can escape it pretty reliably. Let's put in some random green cards. Hold on. I forget what our configuration was, so I'm just putting in stuff. Oh, Karuga. No. Okay. So I guess yeah, we can just never mind. We're taking some of these dorky things. This comes out, and there was one other card that we added. Oh, Skull Raid. I don't like. Maybe this maybe Eyes of the Beholder is too much. Like 6 mana is a lot for a removal spell, but it kills anything. So that's why I'm kind of torn. How much do we, like, because we have a lot of removal for small stuff. Reef Soul or Final Flourish, we can even kill a 6/6 with it if we sack an artifact or creature. Guess we can cut this down. I just like the worst cards are the green cards, but oh, this Maestro's Initiate. If I okay, we're gonna put in the we're gonna put in the Simic Guildgate. The Maestro's Initiate. I forgot you need green or blue or sorry, red or blue mana to activate its graveyard ability. Now we're not gonna do that terribly often, which is why just like one random source is probably fine with this Simic Guildgate, but that's probably not worth. The thing is like, yeah, we're not really playing it. Maybe I just cut it. Maybe I just cut it. 6 mana kill spell. 6 mana kill spell. I don't know. Yeah, the thing is, so is this is limited, right? PG King. So like on the one hand, like 6 mana is a lot of mana to spend on a thing, and it's not really a bomb. But our opponents will have stuff that needs to die. I don't know. I guess we do have Eat to Extinction that can kill anything, and Festive Funeral can kill a lot. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we don't need the Eyes of the Beholder. It feels really weird cutting a removal spell, I'll tell you that. And we should probably add in a green card just to like make our forests more valuable. Probably something on the lower. I don't hate Eccentric Farmer. Yeah, I guess we have two Gravediggers and Festive Funeral, so the two Crows and the Eccentric Farmer can do something. All right, sure. All right, let's put some lands in our deck. Given our count, I think we can do 10-7. Problem is we have two double green cards. They don't happen until turn 5, until 5 mana, and we have this Skull Prophet to bridge the gap. Even in original Theros with the massive creatures that in the format Noah played Ride of the Serpent, which is 6 mana kill. So that's true. I do remember that. Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes you just need the removal spell. I mean, I've seen people play Eyes of the Beholder. I played a lot. I played a decent amount of AFR. It was not great, but it was fine. It was playable. A big difference is that the Rite of the Serpent was a sorcery. Eyes of the Beholder being an instant does like bring it up a little bit, and like yeah, I guess they both just kill the thing. But Eyes of the Serpent, I guess, indestructible. I don't know. Not that indestructible really much matter. No, no. I'm trying to like find what the difference is, even though I guess there's not really much of a difference. Ooh, this is kind of pretty. This was like evocative of Minas Morgul, even though it's from Phyrexia. What land do I want? I do really like this swamp. I don't know why it's not my favorite. I think that's the one we're gonna go with. Sure. Ooh. Oh, accidentally, yeah, I did the wrong one. Wait, what happened? What happened to my favorite swamp? Did I like? Do I only have one of this swamp? What the hell? That's not how that's supposed to work. Alright, I feel like I'm taking crazy. Oh, okay, it moves to be here. That's what happens. Okay, that's really weird, Arena. I thought I was taking crazy pills for a second. Oh, right, and I don't love the forest arts. Ooh, this is not bad. I just don't like the flavor text being there. We can have the corresponding forest, I guess. Hmm. I used to like this one, but I'm off it now. I get so picky about my land art, but you know what? It's important to have standards, I guess is what I'll say. All right, we'll just use this one. Can we do? We're gonna go 10-7. I'm just really worried about having a hand with 3 forests and a swamp and just being unable to cast anything or like unable to play the game effectively. We have the green spells we have. Like yes, we want to play this Sentinel as soon as possible. It's still really dorky. Yeah, green was. Yeah, the problem was the green cards that we saw weren't that good, even though green was really open. Maybe that's why green was really open. The problem was blue was super dry. I didn't want to play Karuga. Maybe I should have just been off it earlier. The thing is, though, if I was, we would have ended up in black-white again, which would have been kind of funny. Yeah, we didn't end up with bombs like we did last time, so we're not going to get bailed out like we did in that Kenrith game, where like I said, we were just absurdly behind, and then we found Kenrith and we couldn't lose anymore. Okay, yeah, see, like, we don't have double green for Burly Breaker, but we have a while before we need it. Yeah, this hand's fine. We can play the Poisoner. I don't hate having Death Touch creatures. Like, I'm looking at this kind of like a removal spell, which I guess is more incentive to cut the Eyes of the Behemoth. Or Eyes of the Beholder. There's a part of me that wants to... Oh, this is when this attacks. Okay. Yeah, we're going to almost certainly attack with this next turn and make a servo. Yeah, they're not blocking, and I don't care if they do. Alright, we found double green. Cool. Attack. Make a servo. Now, they're going to have a decent attack back, but we have some stuff to do after that. Mill Forest plus Festive Funeral, that's fine. No blocks. They have, like, kind of a... Oh. Psychic Corrosion. Interesting. That's particularly interesting given the profusion of these Crows of Dark Tidings that I have. We can't... Just because we're going to play the Woe Eater, we can just send the team. They're not attacking into my 7/6. And we have a decent amount of fodder. Alright, would they mill? Deal Gone Bad, Reef Soul. I know a lot of people get annoyed with mill. They're like, oh, it's so stupid or whatever. The thing is, like, it's really unlikely to be effective is part of it. But also, you know, you're not necessarily going to draw those cards anyway. When I get milled, one of the things... I just think this is the same as if these cards were on the bottom of my library. I was never going to see them anyway. Okay, now... I'm okay with just attacking past them. We could leave the Poisoner back to block, but I don't think that's a good idea. They just took all of it, which I assumed that chump blocking would have been better. Oh, okay. They're just going to counter my Burly Brawler. Makes sense. A Burly Breaker. Mill 2 Swamps. Cool, yeah. They have to figure out an answer to this Woe Eater. I think I might sack it to itself next turn. Just because the Flyers can get the job done after this. I could also just sack the Poisoner, get in one more attack. I actually kind of like that. Because this attack definitely eats a creature. Haha, Eccentric Farmer. Let's get that value. Oh yeah, we also have this Unwilling Ingredient that's good to mill. Alright, cool. Let's attack with everything. And the thing is, like, with sacking the Woe Eater to itself, I think I'm just going to play this flyer. Sacking the Woe Eater to itself, they're going to go to 1, and we have multiple flyers that kill them. We have this Eccentric Farmer they have to block 2. Let's see, look, we have 15 cards left on our... Oh well, but, you know. That's the thing, they spent their turn 3 doing effectively nothing. Mill, I think, is often overhated. Not obviously in constructed formats, it's more viable than a limited, depending on the kind of limited. Some limited formats, it's pretty good. But you have to put in a lot of work because you're taking... To mill someone, you have to do a lot of stuff that's not playing to the board. And as we saw that game, and we saw a lot yesterday, if like the board will beat you, you have to interact with it. And you're spending a lot of resources on not playing to the board at all. And if you don't mill them entirely, it doesn't do it. It's not that valuable. It's kind of like poison. Putting 5 poison on someone, it's not the same. It's not like, oh, well, it's like I put 10 damage on them. It's not the same at all. If you can't put any more than that, it doesn't matter. It's like you did 0. It's not fully like that with mill, but it is a lot like that. I don't know. People just hate it so much. Yeah, they hate that and like counter magic, which is probably why people hate blue so much. This was the hand I was worried about. 4 forests and a swamp. We're on the draw, and we do have some stuff to do. I don't really want to go down a card, but to be fair, this 4th forest is basically being down a card. Alright, I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, it was already kind of a mulligan. We can keep this. I don't need the Festive Funeral. Would be nice to have the removal spell, but it's really conditional, and the next thing would be to put a forest on the bottom, and I don't want to move to being a 2-lander. Now, that said, we mulled a hand with 4 of our 7 forests to find a hand with draw 3 of our 7 forests. But it's okay. We found a second swamp. 2 swamps should be enough to play the game with easily. We don't even have like that much in the way of black spells at the moment. Not that we need to cast them in the same turn. What is this? Urza, Power Stone Prodigy, Vigilance, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Well, 1 tap. When you discard 1 more for artifact cards, make a Power Stone token. Okay, I don't care about that. I very much do not care about that. Here's a Searchlight Companion. I guess it blocks the Spirit token. This card is very dorky, but you've seen me take it twice because it's never bad. It's always, fine. And there's a few there are a few synergies that it just happens to have. Well, this is an insane turn. We're gonna start by going. Actually, we're gonna start with the Unburden. We're gonna put them on very few cards. This is another thing that a lot of people haven't played with a lot recently and forget how strong it is. Was Mind Rot. I remember playing 10th edition drafts and being like, all right, I picked up 4 Mind Rots because nobody else wanted it, and now, oh, he has Vigilance? That's so good. And now with the 4 Mind Rots, by turn 3 or 4, you're out of cards in hand, and you don't have that much on the board, kind of like we see here. That's also in part because they played this Bronze Sword, which I'm a little surprised they didn't activate Urza at the end step or equip the Bronze Sword right now. They might be a little on tilt from the... They might be a little on tilt from the Unburden into Deadweight. We can just attack... If they try to equip Urza, we'll deal gone bad. We have the ability to sack a thing for Final Flourish. I just really want... I'm probably just going to Final Flourish that. Well, we'll wait. I'll probably Final Flourish it if they try to equip. Anything they try to equip to, I'll kill. But, what I really need is just creatures. I just want to play the board. I just want something. If they don't equip, I guess I just Final Flourish without kicker. I think we just do that. Seems they're thinking about something. Now, obviously, they have this Urza, so there's going to be a pause always. They might not have anything. If they do have something, well, we might be under the gun a little bit. We might need to, double block with the thing. Okay, no, okay. We're just swapping 1 damage for a little bit. Still not activating Urza. A little surprising. Okay, deck. That's enough lands, please. Thank you. That's 7 lands in our top 12 cards. Now, we have made pretty good use out of most of those cards that we've drawn, but Scattered Thoughts, that is a strong card. Look at top 4, put 2 in your hand, put the rest in the graveyard. Doesn't even technically draw cards, so cards that care about that don't do anything. We'll see what they get off of it. We still have 1 more removal spell. Milled, Cathar Commando plus land. That doesn't tell me very much about what they kept, because land isn't super useful, and Cathar Commando would be the worst of the creatures they would probably find. I mean, it's just a 3/1. It doesn't have any targets. My Spirit is right here to tangle with it. So they could have literally anything, because the cards they milled were not very good. What is this? Just a 2/5? Okay. Well, 2/5 is hard for me to kill. And I obviously... Okay, Burly Breaker's great. Cool. Boom. And now we have the day-night cycle for the rest of the game. At least Peachy Keen, because I know you hate it. At least Arena handles it for us. Disgusting. Yeah, I don't love it either, but at least Arena handles it. The good... I mean, that... Oh, hold on. They have green mana on their deck? Interesting. Oh, it's Ward 1 on the front side? Okay, that's less bad. But that they don't have that much in the way of mana makes this much harder to kill, because anything that would kill it is... is going to be pretty expensive, and the extra mana is rough. But if it ever flips, like it's likely to on our turn, because I mean, with what we have right now, I don't have a reason to cast anything. An 8/7 Ward 3 is difficult to deal with, we'll say that. Now their 2/5 doesn't attack very well. What did I get with the... Did I even check? Oh, Battlefield Promotion Planes was what we got with the Unburden. I think I meant to check, and I never did. 3/2, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card and discard a card. Oh yeah, I remember this card. This card's solid. was an uncommon for a reason. Like, filling your graveyard was kind of a plus in Innistrad. And then the backside, you can disturb it to make a 2/1 that when it attacks, it draws a card, discard a card. It's not bad. Pretty significant amount of value because you can, you get a loot, you get to. Oh, Recommission was crazy good card. What is in their hand? Gravedigger. Interesting. Gravedigger doesn't have any targets right now. So we are going to... So if we crash with our 6/5, they might double block, and then we can Gravedigger it? That sounds insane. We could also blow them out with a removal spell. Oh, I forgot to attack with my flyer. Whoops. Yeah, I think I want to blow them out with the removal spell. Do I? Yeah, because like we're not going to get the Burly Brawler back on board this turn. Now he's not going to flip this turn, but I think that's fine for getting a 2-for-1. 2 lands and an Alabaster Host Intercessor. Okay, and then because we have... I am going to play my land here. I was holding it for a while because it's usually a good idea to sandbag it, unless you have a reason to need the mana. It just looks like I have more cards in my hand. But in this case, because we're trying to prep a Gravedigger play, like even if I'm not returning the Burly Breaker, if I'm returning the Searchlight Companion, I need 7 mana, which I guess I could have kept the land because then I can play my 7th land and then do this. If I don't know, somehow we mill a 4-drop, and we draw a land, we'll need the 8th land. Or if they kill my Burly Breaker, maybe I still can't play it all in one turn. Maybe I didn't need to play the lands, but alright. Alright, Urza is getting in there. Urza's dealt 5 damage to me. This is a 3-mana Lava Axe. Oh, it's 3 mana? Ew, why isn't this 2 mana? Alright. Scob Wrangler. Tap 3 on top of creatures you control, tap target creature. That is pretty good. And then we have Autonomous Assembler. Prototype Vigilance. 1 tap, put a counter on an assembly worker. So on itself. This is a pretty good card. It's a rare, so I guess that makes sense. We will now offer the trade again. This time it's an actual trade, but it's a 3-for-1 on their part. I don't have a pause. Oh, okay, never mind. They're just going to tap it. Okay, cool. Which means I can send with my other 2 creatures. But now I don't have anything to do, so we'll flip into Dire Strain Demolisher. I've drawn a few too many lands here. They've drawn decently well since they were returned to very few permanents. And now that said, the Scob Wrangler plan is sustainable, but not that sustainable. For one, this costs 3 to flip, 3 for the ward now. Okay, so they're attacking. I don't think they're playing it. Oh, this says Vigilance. Never mind. Oh wow, that's so good. All their Vigilance creatures. Archive Haunt. Do you have another spell? If you don't, I get to attack with my 8/7. If you do, then you do. That's unfortunate. Then you can tap it down. Okay. Well, this is getting a little bad because they've drawn a lot of spells and I haven't. Oh, they're just letting me attack? All right, we'll attack for 6. You can figure out what you want to do about it. I have 8 mana, not quite enough to Gravedigger into the Burly Brawler, but I guess they're just taking it. I still don't want to play the Gravedigger to get nothing back. How many lands? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lands in my top 16 cards. It is difficult when you draw more lands than spells, and your opponent draws like pretty well. But they did have some card selection, and we're making a go of it. I mean, we're in a not terrible position. Oh, but now this thing can start getting in for 5. Gross. Oh, I got 4. I thought this gave +3 +0. Okay, it's just 2 +0. This can get in for 4, and it's effectively unblockable. Oh no, I have a spirit! Ha ha ha! I have a spirit. I can block it once. It can't be blocked except by spirits. Okay. Do I want to block it? I think I do. I think we're gonna do this. The reason being is that it doesn't look like my Burly Breaker is going to die anytime soon. So we can attack, make them deal with. They're probably going to tap it down here, but then we can Gravedigger back the Searchlight Companion. So I'm going to pay 3 and tap 3 other creatures to tap it. This is a non-insignificant cost eventually, but for now it's pretty irrelevant to them. We're going to cast 3 spells this turn, make it Super Day. Get this back. And now we'll start playing more. Now we found a bunch of stuff to cast. Hopefully they just draw a land here. They're kind of due. Nope, they drew a spell. They're hovering it. It looks like they drew a spell. 1, 2, 3, 4 lands in their graveyard. So they've seen 11 lands. I think I've seen 9, but they're 10 cards deeper into their deck. Jeez, they're 10 cards deeper? Wow. I guess I milled them for 3, and then they milled themselves for, well, kind of 4. Oh, no, there's another. There's 12 lines. Okay. Okay, so now we can... I like going block. Even if they pump it, it'll die. Like, it's just going to trade for these both. Then we can put the Spirit in front of here. I just want to tread water a little bit. Maybe instead of... I'd hope to... Okay, well, we're going to block like this. I really hope I find the other Gravedigger, because Gravedigger loops are really strong, but I'm not playing towards it because if I don't, this is a better creature. Oh, that was their draw. Oh, gross. And if I had blocked with the Grave... Oh, I guess they just pump it in response. Okay. Alright, so I move to combat. They tap my creature. This is looking really bad. What a top deck. Yeah, we might not be long for this world. No attacks. Play my Crow of Dark Tidings. Karuga would be pretty good here. I don't know if it gets us out of it, but Karuga is a draw 3. It's a 5/4 draw 3 cards. We're taking minimum 8 here. They can make it 9. They can attack for lethal if they send the Archive Haunt, but I will trade with the Crow. Trade the Crow for it. I would love for them. Well, I guess now them missing a spell doesn't matter because they won't have spent anything to be unable to pay for the ward. Yeah, this is smart. They can just deal 8. There's no real point in blocking. I can block, but then next turn they have just as lethal. So we're gonna not. This is also like if I draw Karuga, if I chump blocking represents 1 less card, but it does mean I'm dead next turn. Okay, yeah, I'm just dead. Rough. Yeah, a few things just went the way they needed it to. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. All right, let's keep it going. I was gonna say if this is quick enough, we can maybe do another draft, but I guess I don't want to be on for longer than usual because I want to go to my local game shop and play some Magic. Sand's fine. Oh, sorry, we were on a mulligan that game too. Not that that really mattered. Let's view the battlefield, see if it affects our decision. Hold on, I was looking at the battlefield. All right. I don't think it changes anything. Oh, there's a beach ball? That's so cool. Reeve Soul is not bad. There's a beach ball. That's so cool. I got this guy. I do like this guy. This is a beach ball. I used to have the koi fish from Kamigawa, but it would get in the way of where I would click on stuff. It would, especially when I play on mobile, is like it'd be in it would. I try to click on a land and it would it would be swimming above it, and I'd accidentally click on it, and like you have to wait for the animation a little bit. So I was like, all right, that's annoying enough where I'm gonna swap back. All right, so they cast through the possibility discarding a planes. I don't really like this aesthetic. And then they discarded Sizzling Barrage. Okay, sure. Probably gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna play the Loathsome Chimera this turn. Let's get in for one. Get our value. Undo that Windscarred Crag. Take that. Loathsome Chimera. Oh, I guess it's Chimera. Alright. Gale Swooper. 3/2 flying. Target. Okay, sure. We are pretty happy to attack into that. I guess I'm not doing anything else, so maybe I just Reef Soul it. Actually, yeah. But if they want to trade with my... No, I'm not in a position where I can get back the Chimera. So we'll just, Oh, Arena? You good? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Was this play that bad? Even Arena's rejecting it? Saying, no, I'm gonna crash now. It's literally crashing. Okay. Alright, let's open that back up. That's new. Make sure... Okay. We're coming back. That was weird. The play couldn't have been that bad. Alright, someone back me up. That play was... I think that play is fine. It's defensible. It's less mana efficient than Eat to Extinction, but I'd rather hold this for something that... Like, I'd rather use the conditional spell. And I wasn't sure I was going to cast Eat to Extinction, and if they did want to trade, I didn't want to do that. Okay, they're just crashing? Alright, I'm down for that. How many cards are in my graveyard? Just the one? That makes this Festive Funeral not that good. But we can just play Karuga, play a 5/4 draw card. It's like slightly better Owlbear. Well, I guess maybe not, because it doesn't have trample. I'm not trading. We're doing so much more damage back. If they send, I like they need to do something about my attackers, because this is literally lethal. Arena can crash, but I'm still putting lethal on the board. Coalition Sky Knight, 2/2 flying unlist, sure, fine. Okay, now they're looking to trade. I think we Eat to Extinction the Sergeant. The Woe Eater's actually pretty okay. Yeah, we can keep that. Then we send the two big boys. I guess if we send everything, they're not going to block the 1/1, right? All right. I wanted to hold it for the Woe Eater, but there's zero chance they're blocking the 1/1. Like, theoretically, they can be like, block it, go to 1, have this 2/2, but I'm so far from dead that there's not much of a reason for them to do that. And then between the Court Official and the Servo Token and the Poisoner, we can keep this Demogorgon or Damogoth alive for a while. Though I don't think that'll be necessary, and in fact, it might be better just dealing 2 damage to them. Each opponent discards a card you are... Oh no, they don't lose 2 life, never mind. Slaying Fire. Deals 3 damage to any target if at least... Okay, deals 4 instead. Cool. So now... Oh, I could get back this Chimera, but I think better off attacking, making a servo, put them to 2. Actually, the Spectre is better, because now they have to kill this. Not only do they have to deal with 2 out of 3 creatures, 2 out of 3 1/1s to survive, they also need to specifically kill the Spectre, because I can just activate it to kill them. Alright. Done and done. Yeah, they got way too aggro with that 4/2. They shouldn't have attacked with it. They should have just traded with the Chimera. They were like, oh, maybe we can trade damage. It's like, no, you don't understand how much damage is coming in your way. I guess they didn't know about Karuga, and they didn't know about the removal spell, but even still, they were behind on board. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe from where they were sitting, it did make more sense. Because if you don't know about any of that stuff I have, you're like, okay, well, I'm taking 5, you're taking 4, but then I can play this 2/2, and then I can start mentoring. Yeah, all right, fine. Yeah, we can keep this. I guess I guess I just think it's like slightly optimistic thinking. Though we all do it. I mean, I do it constantly for sure. I think I'd rather play the Poisoner first. We can get the Corrupt Official down later. One of the things about discard spells is that while they are useless if they have no cards, when they have too many cards, they have a lot more stuff that's irrelevant. So, all right, if they want to trade, they can trade. So you kind of want to let them play out a little bit of stuff, and then from there go, okay, cool, make you discard. Now that said, I'm not going to hold it forever because I do want to curve into my 4s and 5s. No blocks. We could block and then Gravedigger it back, but I think I'd rather just deal Gone Bad. Their creature, we can just attack back for 3. Especially given that they didn't play anything this turn. Now I mean, this is a solid card. 2/2 first strike on your turn is already solid. Make a 3/3 and a 1/1. I think I'd rather kill the 2/2 first strike. The 3/3 is easier to deal with. What do we mill? Pillar Drop Rescuer, solid card. I like Pillar Drop Rescuer a lot, probably more than I should. Hey, here we are in that situation I was talking about where I have multiple black spells I want to cast, but I drew 3 forests. I think we just play the Crow. If we drew any land this turn, it would have been fine, given that we... Whoops, no attacks. Given that we could have played the Burly Breaker. Oh god, that card's insane. Yeah, that makes sense. We do have removal spells for it. I think I'm just going to take 2 here. Actually, I could... The Angel's really good. Yeah, no kidding. I could just block and then tend to recoup my creatures. The problem is if I double block... Okay, they're being annoying. If I double block with my... If I block with my Death Toucher, their 4/4 gets to come in, but if I double block... I have to get back. I'm looking at getting back the... That's fine. We'll double block here. Obviously, I hope to find something like Dead Weight, even though it eats my entire turn. Alright, that plays my Burly Breaker. Which does make their attacks a lot rougher. I don't like that I played it off of the 4th Forest, given how many black spells. Valiant Knight. Other knights get +1/+1. 5 mana to give your knights double strike. Yeah, they have a lot of good rares. This is Saka Servo to deal 2. Oh, this is also a knight? John. Wow, okay. That's fine, because we can just do this. They don't have the mana to make it to make it double strike. Here's another forest. Do I send the Burly Breaker? I guess it's not blocking. Alright. Yeah, okay. I really need to draw a removal spell. I know I burned the one I had, but we do have a bunch more in the deck. Let's go play Gravedigger. Get back the Poisoner, I guess. Now, unfortunately, the Poisoner doesn't line up against the Valiant Knight because they can pay 5 to give it double strike. I guess any turn where they don't, maybe we can do something. We'll just take 6 here. Actually, the Crow is keeping the Angel back, so I guess it's the same. It's not like I'm actually taking power off the board. Alright, a black land lets me start playing multiple spells, but I think that might be too late. They already knew about this. If they double strike their Valiant Knight... Okay, yeah, I guess I'm not attacking with the Burly Breaker. If they double strike this, it's 4 power as first strike, so they can kill the poisoner, but they won't be able to kill the burly breaker. So we end up 2-for-1ing, which is unfortunate, but like you got to do what you got to do. And then the unwilling ingredient can get thrown under the bus at some point, and I'll draw a card off of it later. Fielders should draw 2 cards. If it was kicked, draw 3 instead. Did they kick it? They did not kick it. They don't have enough to double strike their Valiant Knight. The attack with the Angel is a little suspect. I wonder, they have to have something, right? There's no way they don't. But I mean, I can't play around it. Play around what you can afford to play around. I can't. Yeah, here it is. Feat of Resistance. Yeah. Sure. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't draw those cards, I guess. Let's play that. The reason to play it is not... I can use it for this Karuga. This draws me, what, 1 card? We still can keep... Yeah, I still don't have attacks. But now they're attacking for 5 in the air. So brutal. That's really bad. Okay. I mean, I guess the good news is we still can keep the knight back. Oh, but now they're attacking for 6 in the air. Wait, why are they attacking for 6 in the air? Oh, because it has proliferate. And that's game. Yep, alright, cool. Yeah. I mean, dead to rares. What are you gonna do? It's the importance of bombs, right? We just didn't really see any. I actually don't think we saw any at all, even off color. If this is our last game, if we do end up losing here, I'll start another draft and then we just won't play as long maybe. Another game where we have multiple forests in 1 swamp. We can still, but that said, this time we have Skull Prophet, which is another black source. All right, let's play an unwilling ingredient. Unwilling, but not unable. Leonin Vanguard. Is this at the beginning of your combat of your turn? If you control 3 more creatures, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. You gain 1 life. Okay, solid card. I think I'm not gonna attack. I think I'd rather trade. I'm okay with trading my unwilling ingredient for this. Eventually, it becomes better than my frog. Ascend as double strike as long as you have the City's Blessing. Sure. Play a land. I have up to 4 mana here, but I guess I don't really need 4 mana, so we'll play the Chimera. Hope to draw a land next turn so we can play our Burly Breaker. Still no attacks. We can mill too if we want. That's actually not terrible. I actually think I will. We have Gravedigger in hand. We can deals damage to yourself equal to its power. Sure. That does not bother me, actually. Now if they send the 2/2, we're just taking 2, I think. I was like, why isn't it in my graveyard? Oh, right, because as escape. Yeah, and now this is fueling escape as well. Alright, cool. Well, we drew a forest, sadly, but it isn't a land, so... Here's the Burly Breaker. A little bit ahead of schedule. Now we can send, because they're not going to attack into this thing anyway, and if they want to double block, I'll trade for the Vanguard. That's what I wanted anyway. I want to get it before it starts attacking as a 2/2, and you know, detract from the City's Blessing. I didn't think they would block. I was hoping they'd block. 4, 5, 6. All right, they're still a little bit away from it. Tiller of Flesh. 2/4. When you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, incubate 2. We're gonna start by attacking. Here's a 6/5. Figure it out. Math is for blockers. Now they can triple block, but we get a 2-for-1 there, and then we Gravedigger it back. Since they didn't, we're gonna go Corrupt Court Official. See what they discard. It doesn't change what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the Poisoner, obviously, but that's a good card to get out of their hand. Jeez. And then Aether Poisoner. I guess it's Ether technically. And we're pretty close to escaping the Chimera if we want to. We need one more card in the graveyard. I'm okay with exiling those cards there. What is this? Okay, they got the incubate. What is this? Enchanted creature gets 2/2 and attacks each combat if able. Rising population. Okay. Do they have the City's Blessing? They have the City's Blessing. So this is a 4/4 double strike. That's annoying, but we can just chump with the Court Official. We have a lot of chump blocks. That is not a problem. Oh, Festive Funeral is also really good because that lets us kill the 4/4. We actually have exactly 4 cards in our graveyard right now. If I had one more mana and I could Gravedigger the Court Official immediately, I would do that. But instead, we're just going to take the Festive Funeral here. And then we can send... Oh, we should have attacked first. I didn't realize that that had a trigger like that. I know I could attack with the Poisoner to get the servo, and I can't get it otherwise, and this energy's just sitting here, but I'm more interested in blocking. Alright, cool. Let's kill the Rising Populace. This isn't the best trade. Maybe I'm being too fast and loose here. This isn't the best trade, but now we can Gravedigger it back. Hero of the Pride. 2/2, when you cast a spell that targets it, creature you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Well, I'm sensing a theme between that and Tiller of Flesh. We'll see how much stuff they have in that regard. Probably not much, I would imagine. If they attack with the Vanguard, I'm just taking 2. If they attack with the Tiller, I'll trade that for the Poisoner. Okay, they're just not interested at all. Play a land. Play the Gravedigger. Such a good card. It's one of those, like, it's really good in an unusual way. It's not like it's absurdly powerful. It's just really good card advantage. Like, it's not particularly inefficient. Like, 4 mana for 2/2 is inefficient, don't get me wrong. But not so much so that you're really upset about it and, like, getting a raised it on top of it. In fact, for the time it was printed, it was actually more efficient than it should be. Raise Dead is black to return black sorcery, return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. And normally the black didn't get 2 mana 2/2s. They got 3 mana 2/2s. So 3 mana 2/2 and then an extra mana for the Raise Dead. But this only costs 1 black pip. It's pretty good actually. Okay, I think at this point we can go block. Do I trade the Skull Prophet? I don't think I need it anymore. It's not really contributing. Yeah, we can trade. I don't think we need the Skull Prophet, and I could trade off the Poisoner. I think I'm going to block like this. This lets me... And I will take the mill. Yeah, it makes sense. This lets me get in 1 attack with the Poisoner to get a token. Yeah, that's fine. Now I can attack with this. Actually, we can attack with both, because I don't think I'm blocking. We'll make the servo. The Burly Breaker is coming, so they can trade the Audacious Infiltrator with something, but sure, I'm getting the 1-for-1, and I get the servo out of it. Play the Burly Breaker, and then we say go. We still have this Chimera waiting in the wings to do something, or to get escaped. When a creature dies, if an aura is attached to it, return a creature. Oh, that's pretty good. I think I'd rather... So if they have to triple block to kill this, which lets me kill everything but the Tiller of Flesh. Yeah, just take 6. Now we can escape the Chimera, exile a couple lands here. We get our 5/2. Don't need to play a land. We can just pass. Now this 5/2, I'm happy to trade with basically anything. Tiana Ship's Caretaker. Flying first strike 3/3. That's already good. Equipment you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield. You return it to the card at your hand at the beginning of the next step. Okay, sure. The Phyrexian, I'm just going to double block with my 1/1s if that comes in. I'll trade the Chimera for anything else. Remember, one of these is a token, the other one I can turn in for a card later. Well, this Unburden doesn't do anything, except I can cycle it. I'm not going to cycle it right this second because I have other stuff to do with my mana. I guess they can get a 1-for-1 here if they just multi-block with Tiana and something. Yeah, but I'll take the trade. It's a trade up, I think. We might as well do this first. If we get removal spell. Alright, sure. And then, yeah, so we'll kill Tiana. Now we have this Chimera that I'm happy to trade with anything because I can just keep rebuying it. We have a kind of a card in our hand because we can cycle this. Simian Sling, if I remember right, this is good. When it or equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to the defending player. Okay, that's fine. And the equipped creature gets +1/+1, so it makes it that a 3/5. But I'll trade the Chimera for it. It's basically trade and deal 1 to me, but at a moment where dealing 1 to me is not that big a deal. And I'll attack into it also. I don't really care. Okay, at this point we have enough stuff to do with our mana that playing lands is fine. The attack in the air is basically free. I know it's like 1 less blocker, and their creatures are like better than mine, but the problem is they're at a lower enough life total where they have to this 1 point is more relevant than them dealing 2 to me or whatever, and I can keep rebuying this Chimera, which I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to try to let this thing take over the game. What do we... Alright, Spectre, Festive, Funeral, and Skull Prophet. We do have to be a little selective of what we exile because we do have another Gravedigger in the deck. So I want to leave at the very least the Burly Breaker and the Gravedigger. So we can't keep doing this forever, but we can do it for a while. We have 1 more instance in us that they don't know about either because we have... because the Unburden is going to get cycled on the end step. Shieldmare. Can't be blocked by red creatures, that's fine. Enters the battlefield, becomes target spell or ability your opponent controls, you gain 3 life. Okay, it's basically just a 2/3. It's going to gain them some life. And they probably will reconfigure onto it with the thought being like, oh, okay, I can... Like, the Chimera is not a problem anymore, except it is a problem anymore. Oh, we drew Gravedigger. Oh, that's so good. I can exile Unburden, Poisoner, Corrupt Official, and leave the important stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. But I guess if that's the case, we can play the Crow first. Maybe we can exile more irrelevant stuff. Yeah, there we go. We can just exile land, Unburden. Man, we're using our graveyard a lot this game, which is pretty great considering I wasn't sure how relevant the self-mill was going to be. We do have to get the game over reasonably soon. We're at 14 cards left, and it's not... we don't have forever. It's nighttime? Well, not for long, because I'm going to Gravedigger into Gravedigger, I think. I'm going to start by attacking. Let's just send these. I don't have enough to play to Gravedigger into... I don't have enough mana to Gravedigger into the Burly Breaker. Or to play Gravedigger and the Chimera. Give me 1 moment, please. I hate those spam phone calls. It's like, it's hard to know whether it's important, and then you just waste your time answering it. Yep. Both of these Gravediggers basically said draw a card. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's not just draw a card, it's draw a creature, and what the creature is like the best creature in your graveyard. That was, the 3rd time they would have had to deal with the Burly Breaker, and it was already a problem for them. Yeah, I don't think this deck is all that powerful. What it can do, like, when it's working, it's great. Like, I can fight people who are on a similar level of, like, alright, we don't really have bombs, we just have, like, we have pretty good commons, uncommons, whatever. But, yeah, the minute a bomb shows up, like we saw with the opponent before last, yeah, I'm just toast. I mean, that said, I could have killed the angel if I found my removal spells, but okay, well, we obviously can't keep this. What is with drawing all these forests? Yeah, sure, we can keep this. I guess the crow is least useful. I want a removal spell. The farmer can help us get land, get our fourth land, I guess. All right. It kind of goes actually to something I've said for a long time is Magic works on inverse proportionality. So, you know, if you're playing limited and you're like, I don't know if I should play 17 or 16 lands in this deck. If you cut a land, you're going to draw like 10 lands in your top 12 cards or whatever. But then if you add another land back in, you'll keep a 2-land hand and never see another one again. Look at this. I'm drawing all my forests. I have 7 forests in the deck and 10 swamps. Oh, we milled Karuga, sadly, but we did get our swamp back. If they want to trade, they can trade. I don't care. They trade for half a card because they get a 1/1 left over. Their attacks aren't good, seeing those though I have a 2/3, and then I don't have to offer the trade with the Death Toucher again. I can just keep it back for a thing they play. All right. Yeah, we can attack with our 2/3. If they have a thing, we might Final Flourish and get the blowout. Suffocating Fumes. Creatures you control, opponents control -1/-1 until end of turn. That's so bad. Yeah, I can't let them get the, like, 5-for-1 or whatever. I guess it'd be a 2-for-1. Alright, that just kills the Poisoner. Let them take one less. And it nulls my play. That was a really good card for them right there. Wow. Well chosen spot. All these lands. Obviously I can't attack into the 2/4. That said, all these lands are going to fuel the Spectre of the Fens. It's really dirtily to use this ability, but sometimes that's where you are. Alright, this is 6, 7, 8, 9 lands we've seen in our top 14 cards. Alright, cool. Yeah, alright. I guess the Spectre is getting to work. Our opponent hasn't done very much. I wonder if they're also flooded. Or if they just have a lot of really conditional cards. Like, they don't really want to spend a premium removal spell on my dorky little creatures. I mean, sure, I'll bite. If you have a thing, you're not going to get, like, a blowout here. Not unless you have something that's like deal 3 to a creature your opponent controls and 1 to all other creatures or something. Sure. Yeah. It let them, like, kind of trade up their removal spell. Rot Tide Gargantua. That's a really good card. Yeah. They're going to exploit their Rejuvenator. Draw 2 cards. Oh, I have to sack a creature. Gross. I thought it was draw 2 cards, so it's 2 life. That's even better. Alright, how many cards are in my graveyard? 6. Alright, that thing... We're just going to kill it now. Alright. I'm on... absolutely nothing. My opponent's on probably not nothing. Let's go. Deck, please. 8, 9, 10 lands in the top 16 cards. And we didn't get to draw all the... Oh, nice duress. We got him. Get wrecked. That's the old 1 for 0. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, just keep drawing more lands. Verdishart, that's a 2/2. Reeve Soul, this probably, yeah, it's gonna kill this thing. They already know about the forest, so we'll play our 10th land. Do you have a thing? Come on, don't have a thing. Fake your own death. What does this do? When it dies, return. Oh, it also gets +2 +0. Okay, so it blanks the Reef Soul. Sure. Alright, cool. Theoretically, we can draw out of this, but oh boy, is it going to be difficult. Yeah, alright. Right, exactly the card. Let's go. If we're lucky, this trades for the Burnished Heart. Oh, we're getting value. Are they gonna pop Bruce? Oh, sure. You got it, buddy. Phenomenal. We're on a 2-turn clock. Yeah. Okay, let's kill this. Mill you for 3. Get the spell. Still on a 2-turn clock. Why do they have a pot? Oh, because they can use Burnished Heart. Phyrexian Atlas and Beanstalk Giant. Well, I'm glad they didn't draw Beanstalk Giant. That would have been pretty unbeatable. No, actually unbeatable because I have to answer their board. You know what's probably not going to answer their board? It's probably land number 12. Oh my. Alright, well, this game brought to you by Magic the Gathering. Alright. Okay. I mean, everyone's been flooded before, but that was something else. Did we mulligan that game? I forget if we mulligan. Oh, yeah, I think we did. Alright, let's claim. What do we get? Oh, sure. Let's open some backs. Should we go again? Maybe we don't finish the draft. That was, what an end. When 14 enters the battlefield, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As long as you return, you can activate equipped at instant speed. And then you can pay 0 instead of the equip cost for the first equip. I mean, this is pretty good for, like, EDH or whatever. Gandalf Sanction. That was the card I was thinking of. I was talking about it last week. I'm like, what was that card that I knew was really good in Lord of the Rings? It was that one. Soul Guide Lantern. Not a relevant card, but it doesn't really matter to open it. It's weird, like, on Arena, the only things that matter if you open are rares. Because, like, I mean, I was mentioning it yesterday, you know, you have so many wild cards for everything else. Like, I just don't care about opening anything else. Alright, should we try it again? Alright, I'm gonna draft again. We've got another hour before I usually end my stream. Let's see if we can get a good draft, a better draft out of this. Jeez, that last one was underwhelming. I'm gonna try to not be on tilt here, though. That's the goal. Chat, help me out. Help me not tilt. All right. I'm counting on you. Whew. Maybe I should have done some deck building today instead. I was thinking about building another commander deck. But I just had so much fun with this yesterday. Not that this wasn't fun. It was just a little tilting that last game. Whew. Alright, one more player. Let's go. Alright, what do you think? Should we, like, force not black? Because, like, I keep falling into it. Like, well, good. This is a good removal spell. I kind of want to take it. I think we made mistakes during the drafting portion, but I'm not sure what they were. Maybe it was relying on maybe it was like trying to play Karuga too much. The thing is, like we saw one game, like, I don't know, it sometimes is a draw 3, you know, and on a reasonable body. But maybe we were trying too hard. Our blue cards, I think, were mostly better than our green ones, but blue was just so not open. And green was very open, but it was all, like, really bad cards. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of good stuff towards the end anyway, so I'm not really sure what we could have done. I think it was right for us to be in black, ultimately. Like, we had a lot of really good black cards. Double Gravedigger, decent removal spells. Alright, come on. Let's get a draft going. Come on. You know y'all want to play an arena. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Maybe we'll, like, draft and play a game or two, and then we'll call it a day. Come on. Let's go. We got there. All right, cool. All right, that's oh, this card's absolutely insane. Super bananas, but so hard to cast. Oh. Okay. Do we try it? Do you think we can force mono white? Chat, help me out. Can we force mono white? Like, the next best card would be, like, shock or something. You know what? I didn't come here to be scared. We're gonna try to be exceptionally heavy white. Try not to play another color if we can help it. I think the 1/4 vigilance is better than the 3/1, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, those are the 3 white cards. Humans get 1/1. Tap touching humans. Tap target creature and opponent controls. All right, we're gonna take the 3/1 actually. The 1/4 might come back. Hopefully it does. We're gonna try to hard cut white because we're mono white. All right, we're forcing it. Card's not good. That card's fine. That card's okay. There's just another 3/1. Do I just play mono 3/1s plus Phyrexian Vindicator? What is this? No. I think the Garrison Cat is probably the best card here. I gotta stop looking at the non-white cards. We're going mono-white, all right? We open Phyrexian Vindicator. We're playing this card. If we get if we do splash a color, I want to splash something that's like 5 and a blue, so like we can play, like 3 islands or something like that. Even when we were playing 10-7 last game, we couldn't reliably have 2 swamps. So like if we want to cast this quad white spell, and we do. I want to be clear about that. We do want to cast this. We gotta have a lot of white. This is the just white Phyrexian Obliterator. Weirdly, I wish it didn't have flying because this triggered ability is absolutely insane. Oh, it's not as good as I thought it was. I thought it was Phyrexian Vindicator where you sacrifice it. Okay, just deal that much damage back somewhere. I guess flying is fine. Yeah, this card's a 5/5 flyer is already really strong, especially for 4 mana. But then on top of that, you can't really kill it with damage, and chump blocking it makes your life so much worse because now it's killing other stuff. Oh, it says any other target, so it can't target itself. That makes sense. Xander's Lounge might be a card to cycle. Yeah, this card's good. I like it. Oh no, it's the only white card though. No, please don't. I really need the people passing to me to not be in white. Come on, you passed before that had 3 white cards. This is just a pack that just only had the 1 white card, right? That's what happened, and not that you're in white as well, right? Right? Come on. I know this is a very stupid idea. This is like picking a card that forces you into monocolor is actually worse than picking a multicolor card and committing to it. Because, if that you only have that one color to be open. With a multicolor card, maybe you splash with one of the colors, or like you can lean into one over the other. But if white's not open, that's just it. Enters the battlefield, target creature gets 2 on first strike. That's really good. Nurturing Presence is fine. I'd rather have the creature. Rupture Spire. Not where we need to be. We don't need to cast our lands. That's not where we're at. Marauder's Axe would be cool to get back. Just colorless cards are fine. But the Drum Master is good. It's exceptionally good with the Caracal, because now, though I guess it would have been probably better with the 1/4 Vigilance. This gives +2/+0 and first strike when it comes in until end of turn. It's pretty good. It's not a ton that needs it right now. I mean, the Garrison Cat, it's fine. The Prowling Caracal, it's like pretty good. It can this hard. That's the thing with 3/1s. It's really hard to attack with them. Weirdly, this is a better blocker than attacker because, if they have a 1/1, that's it. Drogskull Infantry, very good card. I don't like the Arrester's Zeal. What is the addendum? Technically getting flying. 2/1 lifelink, another artifact, enters battlefield, you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. No, it's not nearly as good. Yeah, Drogskull Infantry. The back side is an aura that gives +2/+2. It's better than anything else. I don't want to have mono 2-drops. I mean, you don't. Obviously, it's important to have 2-mana cards, but you don't want them all to be there. Deadly Riposte is probably where we want to be. Militia Rallier is really good, but removal's got to be at a premium. We're mono white. So far, mono white's working. Pack 2 should be much, much better as well, because that's in case anyone's unfamiliar with draft tendencies. We're probably gonna have to take this. Is that you end up reading signals intentionally or otherwise. So when we're not passing a lot of white cards, especially not good white cards, the person we're passing to very unlikely to be in white. So in pack 2, when it's going the other way, they're not going to be taking white cards. So we will. They'll just pass them on to us. That's also why it's more okay to move into the colors of the person you're passing to in pack 1 than the person you're getting passed by. Because if you move, your pack 2 will suck if you move into the same colors as the person you're passing to, but it's only that one pack and it won't be that bad. You can lean on your other color, your splash color, whatever else. But if you move into the same color as the person passing you, it won't work out as well. These are some good white cards that we're not going to play because they're multicolor. The Forsaken Sanctuary could be good. It's actually kind of tough because we could like splash some black cards off of something like Forsaken Sanctuary. This card is just okay. I guess we're just gonna try. We're gonna have a decent number of artifacts just because we don't have access to cards of other colors. Hey, the 1/4 came back. All right, cool. This is what I was worried about. I don't want to have mono 2-drops because 2-drops are good and they're important to have, but they can't. They're not gonna. They're gonna run out of steam once you get into like casting 4 or 5 mana. Once your opponent gets to casting 4 or 5 mana spells. And it's important to have like a decent number of 2 mana creatures, but you don't want like 10 of them. And currently we have what, 5? Here's more. I don't think When We Were Young is a good card. If you control an artifact, act, an enchantment, they get lifelink. I only have artifacts, and I don't even really care about lifelink that much. I don't have legendary permanents, so I guess the 3/1. All right, here's more 3/1s. Knight of New Benalia. All right, this is the pack that didn't have white cards in it, but that's fine. Volatile Servant, maybe. It's too many. We again have too many two drops. Well, this would be a card that would be good to get the splash. Aethersphere Harvester is pretty good. Bellowing Aegisaur, once dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. That's insane. Angelic Purge is also pretty good. So is the Enforcer Griffin. I think we're going to take the Aethersphere Harvester. It is very strong. And just hope some of those strong white cards come back. I don't really want to play all these 2-mana spells. 2-mana creatures. Actually, the Serval I do kind of like more than these 3/1s. You know what? We have a cat here. We have a cat here. We have a cat here. We have a cat hanging on our sideboard. Let's get this knight out of here. You're just a human knight. You ain't no kitty. We like kitty cats around here. Now, we're not going to stick to that entirely, right? Obviously. This is a Phyrexian Horror. This is a human soldier. All this construct. Get out of here. That's interesting, actually, because we saw 2 copies of Mandible Justicar, if I remember right, in the first pack, but we only one came back, if I remember right. Target creature an opponent control or planeswalker an opponent controls phases out if it's black exile instead. It's very close to being good. No, auras are not good. Drogskull Shieldmate can get some blowouts. Enters the battlefield, you can target opponent, each draw a card. I mean, 3 mana 3/3 is not bad. I think the Drogskull Shieldmate is going to be better. Skyskiff is also not bad, but I don't think that's where I want to be. We're going to take the Shieldmate and then hope the 3/3 comes back. Slash of Talons, deals 2 damage attack and blocking creatures. That's great. It's a shock. It's also the only castable spell. There are no artifacts, and the only other white card is also red. Alright, cool. Slash of Talons. Shock is good. This is white shock. Easy. So far we're doing it. So far we can mono white it up. McKinley Stampede is really good. That can be our last land or whatever. I don't think we want Barricade Breaker. We have enough random 2-drops. Dawn Griff is good. I think we're going to hope the Dawn Griff comes back, and we're going to take the McKinley Stampede. It just turns one of our lands into a sometimes spell. It comes in tapped, but it should be the only land that comes in tapped. For target creature with power 4 greater on bottom of its owner's library, we might take that. Moonblessed Cleric doesn't do anything. The Griffin, I do like Makeshift Battalion. I think we're going to lean towards the removal spell and hope the Makeshift Battalion comes back. We can be a little more confident about white spells wheeling just because we're mono white. We're taking so much white, and most of the stuff that we're trying to take the best white spells, that it's becoming less and less likely with time that other people are trying to take our cards. All right. Angelic Gift. It does cantrip, so it might be okay. I think I'd rather just take another Drogskull Shieldmate. I'm just like seeing, like, you can line up good blocks that this blows out, and even if you don't, it's just like, I don't know, it's like a fine creature. And we got Drogskull Infantry to go with it. Doesn't actually synergize, but they're both Drogskull. Even though from different blocks, I think, even. Can I? Does it tell me? I don't recognize the set symbol. It looks like it'd be like Innistrad remastered or something, but that would be weird. Let's see. Looming Altasaur is just a 1/7. Yeah, I'm not in the market for a 1/7. 2/1 flying first strike for 4. It's dorky, but we might play it. More likely to play it than a 1/7. Not doing that. So far, I'm actually liking how this is going. It's going pretty well. We can cast Phyrexian Vindicator. What else do you want? What else I would want would be like another cool bomb and maybe a little more removal, a little bit more in the mid-range area. Like, there's a lot of stuff we could improve with. Enters the battlefield. If permanent you control left, you get a servo. That's not bad. Choose target creature planeswalker. All damage you control this turn is dealt to the chosen permanent instead. Nope. When it dies, exile a card from opponent's graveyard. I guess I'd rather have the sometimes servo. Well, the Bellowing Altasaur came back. Oh, and so did the Enforcer Griff. That's really tough. 5 mana, 3 power flyer is really good, but oh, this is 6 mana. It's 6 mana, and then we need to start taking damage. No, I'm gonna take the flyer. Oh, it's close. This effect is really strong, but I don't think like it's just because it's a 6 mana creature that's pretty understated, and then we need it to take damage. Like our opponent needs to play into it a little bit. Bronze Sword isn't bad. It works really well with like the Raptor, with the 1/4. The Skiff is so good too. I'm gonna take the Skiff. Yeah, the Skiff is probably better. Okay, put this in our sideboard. That was really close. The sword, it's just 3 to equip was the big thing. Sky Skiff is just like you play a creature, tap it, now you have a 2/3 flyer. That's already solid. But oh sweet, the Dawn Griff came back. That's exactly what I want. What is it? Landfall, tapping a creature and opponent controls. That is really good. I'd rather just have like the medium-sized flyer. Or I guess it's moderately small, I guess. But flying is a big deal. The problem with the broadsword is it's 3 to equip, and like it's just so expensive to start moving around. If it were the Marauder's Axe that we saw in Pack 1 that didn't come back, 2 to equip is a lot more reasonable. Griffin Sentinel is fine. Other warriors get +1. I mean, we're not in right anyway, but with the Griffin Sentinel, now I wish that we had the sword instead. I mean, we're not playing any of these cards. I just wanted to read the card that we were taking. Not that really much matters. I don't think it matters which one we took either. We have some cuts to make for sure. I'll just put this back in because like maybe. And now that we have 2 vehicles, maybe we can put. What is this? Invasion of Gobakon. Okay, you can take a card out of their hand and cost 2 more. And then yep, that's the kind of bomb I was talking about. Yeah, this card's really good. If I remember right, it sees play in Legacy a little bit. Not tons, but a little bit. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. You can exert it to get your board +1/+1. That's not bad. Hopefully this comes back. It's the only other card for us. But we're taking the Invasion of Gobakon. We already turn our creature sideways a lot. Zephyr Boots gives flying, and when it connects, you loot. It's not very good. I guess this whole pack's not very good. We'll take the... Yeah, actually, no white cards. Even, like, multicolor white cards. Just stone 0. So we'll take the Glacial Floodplain. Maybe we find a thing to splash or something. That said, like, we have a lot of cards. We don't necessarily need more. Ardenvale Paladin, 2/5. If you spend at least... Oh, it's it's always 4 mana 3/6. 4 mana 3/6 is pretty good. Feat of Resistance is sweet. I hope that comes back. I think I'd rather have the 3/6. We have a lot of creatures, but we're going to cut some of them already. 4 mana 3/6 is big. It's not like it's not going to kill our opponent super fast, but it's hard for them to cut through. Feat of Resistance is really good though. You know what? No one's going to take the Paladin. We can take the Feat of Resistance. No one's taking that card. No one's white enough to be like. No one is playing enough white to be like, yep, I can have triple white reliably. Yep, Iron Verdict is insane. It's also the only white card. Yep, 2 great things. We want removal. That's hard to get in this color, so we have it. It also has Foretell, which is sweet. And it's an instant, so you can kill it in combat too. You can do like Yeah, that's actually really good. And it's the only white card. Makes it really easy. Yeah, we have to do some cutting. This Griffin Sentinel is probably bad. We can cut the Knight of Nubenalia again. These are the thing. I was like, on the one hand, the main serval like crews, but the problem is then it's just a random one power creature. It doesn't crew it particularly well, except for blocking. But I don't want to be crewing to block. Yeah, and like the 3/1 is probably like, well, it triggers revolt or whatever. Pillar drop rescue is probably where we want to be. Feeling of dread is not great. I guess this would be a splash, but maybe it'll come back. I don't hate. Doomscar Oracle is kind of dorky. I think I'd rather have the Pillar Drop Rescuer. It flies. It's value. It's kind of like it's kind of like a slightly weaker Gravedigger. It's close because like this one flies, but it's more mana and you can only get back some stuff. But we have a lot of stuff in that category that we can get back. Legion Conquistador is very funny in this format where you can't be sure you have it. What does this transform into? Attacks creature, attacking. It taps an attacking token that's a copy. Put a 1/1 counter on that token for each 1/1 counter on this. Okay, so it just is 2 of it. It costs 5 mana to. Oh, I actually don't hate the Core Halberd. It costs 5 mana and 2 life to flip it. Yeah, I think at that point it's probably not that great. Core Halberd's fine. 1 to equip, 1 like 1 to play, 1 to equip, +1/+1 and vigilance. There's some stuff where that's really gonna. I mean, imagine suiting up our Vindicator with it. Now, obviously, that's kind of win more because we should already be winning. This is just a 3/1. This is just a 1/3. This is a 2/2 vigilance. I guess that's slightly different. More 2-drops. Yay. It's fine. It's not like bad, but we're just our cup runneth over with 2 mana creatures. Well, we'll see. This is also okay. Stall for time is also pretty solid. So you just tap 2 creatures, draw a card, which means you're breaking even on card advantage. Fine, but if you kick it for a blue, they stay tapped. Well, we have this Glacial Floodplain. Maybe we can kick it once in a while. And it's not that big a deal if they don't, because it's an instant as well. So we can also just tap on their turn, which already means that those creatures aren't attacking this turn. I don't want any of these cards. Whatever. There are no white spells, but we have enough white spells. Ooh, excuse me. We did it. We managed. We're mono white. Not playing any of these cards. I was worried when we first picked this Phyrexian Vindicator. I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to put this card in our deck, and we might make a lot of sacrifices in the draft to try. Now we did make a lot of sacrifices in the draft to try to play it, but I think I told you no one's playing it. Yeah, 4 mana 3/6. Let's go. I don't care. None of these cards are good. It's one of those like, out of habit from playing FNM, I kind of want to de-draft. Just like hate draft my opponent's cards. Feelings of Dread is another card we could play off of this random blue splash. Like we play one island or something like that. And then our 2 cards that could use it but don't have to. It's basically for the Legion Conquistador. The reason why I'm joking about it, if you're not familiar, is the card goes when you play it, you can search your library for another one. So the idea was in Triple Ixalan, where this card came out, you can, like, maybe you'll end up, if you're really lucky, you can end up with like 6 of them, and you go like play it, get another one, play it, get another one, and each one's really inefficient, but they each come with another card, and you just end up with this stream of 2/2s that are inefficient to play, but get you a lot of card advantage along the way. Well, in this format, like, this is the first we've seen in 3 drafts. It's not like we're gonna end up with a lot of them. Okay, so let's do some amount of. Okay, so the McKindy Stampede is just a land, right? Can we agree on that? So we're basically playing 16, but one of them, like, this is the 17th land, right? We probably don't need all of these 2-drops, so let's figure out which are the worst ones. I think I think it's probably this Caracal. Actually, hold on. What are our 2 mana creatures? Let's actually pull them out because it looked like it seemed like there were actually fewer of them than I thought they were. Yeah, because this is a removal spell. Yeah, Feeling of Dread might actually not make it. We'll get to that. We actually only have 6 2-mana creatures, but we also have like Sky Skiff we want to play. Maybe this Garrison Cat isn't where we want to be. It doesn't really do anything. We don't take advantage of it very well. Yeah, we can get rid of the cat, sadly. Um, maybe Feeling of Dread isn't where we want to be. We're not so aggro that like tapping down the blockers is that big a deal. And it's only really good if we can reliably flash it back. Okay, we can cut that. How are we doing on our... What's our creature count right now? 16? We should probably cut some non-creatures. That said, Skyskiff and Aetherspell Harvester are kind of creatures. I don't think we can realistically cut our non-creatures. Right. I guess the Halberd. The Halberd's kind of on the fence, right? Maybe this Caracal. I think this Caracal is kind of dorky. The Justicar, at least it has lifelink and sometimes is a 3/2. Like, I get that the Caracal's a 3/1 already, but like lifelink and 3/1 are like pretty close, and then we have 3 ways to trigger. I guess that's not that many. I guess it would be 4 if we play this Halberd. How good is this Halberd? Like, it's not great on our 2-mana creatures. It's okay on some of our other stuff. Yeah, I guess the Halberd's not very good. Oh yeah, also it says like we have 11 non-creature spells, but one of them is kind of a land. I do like these. I do like all our 5s. The Raptor, I guess, is not very good. There was something that I was thinking it's pretty good with, that is like good with it, and I don't remember what that was. I think it's just not that good anymore. Okay, we can cut the Raptor, and I guess this is just where we are. Sure. Let's pick our Plains art. I know this is my favorite one, but there might be a better one for mono white. Ooh, I do like this. This is the Shire. Oh, that's fair. But the Shire is a green card. What the hell? We might be going with the Shire here. Oh, I do like this art a lot, but not I don't know, not for this. It would be more like a blue white. But I guess our favorite is also for blue white. Yeah, well, let's go with the Shire. And do we play 1 island for the kicker on Stall for Time? On the one hand, it's only the 1 card. Oh, it's 2 to kick it? I think we still play the 1 island. The only thing it can be bad for is if they... is if we have exactly 4 lands, the island is one of them, and we can't play our Vindicator. But that should be exceptionally unlikely. So we're just gonna roll without it. All right, so 350 right now. We'll play a little bit of this. We're pretty close to when I normally sign off. It's funny because I don't have like an official. We go from this time to this time, but it's usually after 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm like, all right, if we stop, it's fine. Well, we found our 1 island. Still, this is a good hand. I guess which 2-drop we lead on is an open question. Obviously, it's one of these 2. I guess it's the Justigar. The idea being that if we're most okay with that dying, and then we can play like a thing plus Slash of Talons if we need it. Or, better still, we can play... Yeah, that makes the Justicar even better to play right now. Because now we can play the Harvester attack for 3. Now, if they play a 2-drop, I'm still okay with trading it. And, like, okay, being a 3/2 doesn't make it that much... Like, realistically, it doesn't really make it more survivable. Unless they play a 1/3 here, which seems extraordinarily unlikely. I guess if they don't play anything, then we're just going to get in for 3. But if it does trade, like, it does gain at least 1 more life on a turn where I'm going to play the Harvester anyway. Okay, yeah, actually, the 3/2 doesn't make it more survivable or reasonable about. They were going to ambush my 2/1 and only have to trade one of their 1/1s for it, but now it would be trade both of them. All right, cool. So we just get in for 3. We're not going to be able to do that going forward, right? They're going to have these 1/1s to just trade. I don't want to trade with a token. Gains flying until on turn. Actually, only if you control a creature flying. Sure, we might just like trade this off or something. Vigilance, lifelink, tap, make a 4/4 only if you have 7 more life than you're starting. Okay. Cool, that's fine. I don't care about that. Now, actually, I'm willing to offer a trade with the Justicar. It's unfortunate because on the one hand, if I attack with it, we can get Revolt for the Countless Gears Renegade. But then we won't be crewing, which... so I guess we're just going to play... Oh, I guess we can also first strike up the Justicar. I actually don't hate that. Yeah, let's do that. Give it first strike. Crew this. Then we can attack. If this gets through, which it will, I'll give lifelink here. There's some thought like you can hold it, but it doesn't really make much difference whether you hold it or not. Yeah, now they're exceptionally far from getting the Speaker of the Heavens to work, but we're not going to get a great attack like that in the foreseeable future. What I would love to happen is for them to just send the team so I can Slash of Talons something. I don't even really care what. I guess I'll kill the Vigilance creature, also the one that gains them a life. Then we have this attack plus stall for time as another attack. It's just a lot of unblocked damage. That is pretty good. I guess we're not going to get value from this Countless Gears Renegade. We'll all right, we're gonna play a little greedy because I guess we can. So like I would rather trade off the Drogskull infantry if I had to on blocks, but I guess I'm not gonna have to. Would have loved an Oketra's Monument. I just realized. But just in case they have something to do, I should have life-linked up the thing. Oh, just in case they had something to do, I was gonna hold the Renegade, which ends up just being a 2/2 anyway. But they look pretty dead here. Sure. Part of the problem is they're dead for them is that they're dead in the air. 1/3 double strike. Yeah, they have to figure out how they're gonna deal with the 3-power flyer. Yep, it's just over. Mono-weight! One thing you'll probably notice I already started to notice it in that game, and you'll probably notice more going forward in this league, is that Arena likes to do this thing where it's like, well, you have fewer lands in your deck, so on average you should draw fewer lands, and it's like, you notice how we very rarely have no land hands? Arena doesn't randomize your hand. It gives you, like, it generates 2 random hands, and then gives you the one that is closer to the ratio of lands to spells you have in your deck. But the problem is, the flip card, the modal dual face cards, it doesn't look at the backside. So a hand that'll have like 2 lands plus McKindy Stampede is actually closer to my it's closer to my actual land ratio than like 1 land, which Arena would think is closer to my ratio, or maybe not with 2 lands, but like 3 lands, but one of them is McKinley Stampede as opposed to just 2 lands. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like when you have a lot of flip cards, you will get mana screwed a lot more on Arena only because of how its shuffler works, and it's kind of annoying. This hand's fine. Is kind of a gap between 2 and 5, which is what I was worried about when we were pointing out the glut of 2 mana creatures in the deck. But it's fine. Like the Pillar Drop Rescuer has stuff to get back. Probably the Sun Sentinel because the Drogskull Infantry might flash back. We might disturb onto the Enforcer Griffin if things go to plan. Our opponent's very uncertain about their hand, so let's look at the battlefield, see if there's anything. I'm not sure. This battlefield does maybe because of the battlefield and what's going on there. Maybe we should mulligan. I know this is only here. I understand. Like anytime that you're viewing a zoomed in thing, they have it set to do this, and like it's not like they're saying specifically for mulligans or whatever. But it is a little funny to be like, oh, hold on, let's look at the battlefield. Let's see what's going on. That said, there are things that could matter. So like if you're playing a format where there's a commander, well, what's their commander? If you're playing a format where there are companions, do they have a companion? There's stuff to look at. It's just in this case, it just isn't, and so it's kind of funny. All right, opponent, what you got? Other than a lot of time on your hands. Hmm? They are there. I saw them like hovering cards. You can see the little outline of whatever they're looking at. They're not just AFK, I don't think. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, see there you go. Yeah. All right. Is that a green-white land? I believe that's a green-white land. Yes, Radiant Grove. It's a forest plains. I really want to play with the Phyrexian Vindicator at some point. We haven't seen it yet. Oh, ooh, 3 colors of mana in your deck? That's so many. That's like 2 more than we have. Scry 3, reveal the top card. If it's a creature or land, draw it. Yeah, seems solid. Just a reasonable green cantrip. It's cool to me that green is starting to see more cantrips, but, you know, in the way that green should have them. They're not going to have, you know, preordained, but, you know, you can scry a little bit to try to find a creature or land or whatever, you know. Alright, let's see what they do with it. Top, bottom, and the thing they put on top was 2/2 lifelink. Well, 2/2 lifelink is something I'm interested in trading for my 2/2 with Disturb, so we're going to play that one first. Then we'll play the Sun Sentinel after. This is where Drogskull Shieldmate would actually, like, could get a blowout. It's like, oh, I attack. Oh, maybe they block. Alright, here's the Shieldmate. Get +1/+0, or sorry, +0/+1, and just kill your creature. I know that's, like, kind of optimistic thinking, but Paladin class. Oh my, that's a strong card. Very worrying. Makes it pretty unlikely to me that they're going to block. Especially because they're like, oh, we can just gain the life back. Now I will trade off whatever 2/2 I have to with their Paladin. Or whatever 2/2 I can, I suppose. With their Steadfast Paladin. How many colors of mana do they have in their deck? If I were them, I'd be looking to level up the Paladin class, which would be bad for me. I'm glad they didn't do that. Let's make 2 1/1s with lifelink. As soon as they do level up their Paladin class, it will be bad for me. Alright, just passing. Play my lands. Just attack with the squad. We can blow out any blocks here. That's a little bit what I was worried about, because we can't blow out their attacks nearly as well, just given the fact that Paladin class makes our spells cost 1 more on their turn. It's a very, very strong card. So the first level is not that big a deal. For us, it's mattering a little bit here, but for the most part, it's not a huge issue most of the time in Limited. Spells your opponents cast on your turn cost 1 more. Sure. So this makes it a 5/4. Okay. We're probably just going to have to 2 for 2 and let them gain 5. Just with Slash of Talons plus block. But then the next tier for 3 mana is creatures you control get +1/+1, and then the last tier for 5 mana is whenever you attack until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and double strike. I guess we start by attacking. I don't actually care if they want to double block here, because these things are going to be 2/2s very soon. The fact that they're gaining so much life is also an issue. But now we can play this Pillar Drop Rescuer, get back the Sun Sentinel. For some reason, I thought it put it into play. It just doesn't. It just doesn't do that. It doesn't say that. It's never done that. I don't know why I thought it did. Now, again, another good turn for them to just level up their Paladin class, because these things have lifelink. So, like, Ozolith, The Shattered Spire. It's another solid rare, but okay, they're just gonna put a counter on their thing. Oh, right, puts 2 counters. Gross. Okay. Well, we might get rared out here. Let's start with attacking. Yeah, I don't see how we win this game, honestly. The fact that all their creatures have lifelink means we can't really attack. We can't, like, trade damage as effectively as they can. But our creatures have a harder time blocking because they have these just random idiots with buffs. Ketria Triome, sure. If that was an untapped land, that would have been so much worse for us because they go activate Ozolith plus Ranger class. I don't know. They're casting more spells than I feel they really need to win this game, which is bad news. Yeah, like if they're doing more than what is enough, than what would be enough, that's kind of scary. Cut down. Cut to ribbons. Just deal 4. Sure. Buff your other thing. Now you have 6 power lifelink. How the hell do I beat that? And that's a question to which I do not have an answer. At some point, I can Feat of Resistance because they keep activating. Oh, you have to activate this as sorcery. Okay, well. So at next turn, maybe I can Feat of Resistance to kill one of these things, but that's still pretty poopy. Send the team. And yeah, I think we will Feat of Resistance to kill whichever one doesn't get the counters, but then it will be then the other one will be a 5/5. And if they activate Paladin class this turn, we just can't. Yep, that's it. That's enough. Yeah, if they do it this turn, now I can't even trade for one of them, and they're attacking for what is that? 5, 6, 10 lifelink. Yeah, every creature had lifelink, and then these crazy powerful rares. Yeah, we were never beating that. The Vindicator would have beaten that, by the way. The Vindicator would have beaten that easily. Would have been cool to draw. Is that what happens? Oh no, I really hope that's not what happens in this draft where you're like, alright, we're building around this absurdly powerful mono-white mythic that we got in pack 1, and then we just never draw it. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, we can keep this. Invasion of Gopod. Hey, we drew it. Oh no, please don't say that we're not going to draw the planes. No. The worst fate. I think we play Justicar, then the Invasion. Just so we have something to attack the Invasion with. Because I do want to get it flipped. It is really strong. Yeah, that is really powerful. So I don't know. What do I want them to do? I want them to cast like Divination or something. Sure. Given they did that, this is Death Touch. I don't know if they'll block, to be honest. I think I just attack, and we see what they do. Okay. Now I think I'm of two minds. On the one hand, playing the Griff gives us better attacks on the Invasion next turn, but maybe I don't need to prioritize that because this, like them not wanting to trade with their thing that makes mana of any color, and they're presenting 3 colors already. Maybe they have some spells in their hand they can't really cast. We're gonna cast the Invasion. I don't know. Maybe this is wrong. Okay. Paragon of Modernity is probably what we want to avoid. Yeah, let's. I mean, if we put the Siege Worm on, if we exile the Siege Worm, they're never casting it. But I think they're realistically far enough away from casting it that the Paragon, because like they can activate this to put a 1/1 counter on it pretty consistently. I guess that is still a lot of mana. I'm gonna put the Paragon under it. It also means they don't really have anything to do with their next turn. Well, they drew Ritual Rejuvenation, Game for a Life, draw a card. Sure. You can also stasis field, but I can't imagine you want to do that to this Justicar. It's so irrelevant. And then they drew Opt. Okay. If we draw a land, probably just playing the Vindicator. I don't see why we wouldn't. Just Opt to the top. That's mortifying. They have 5 mana for the worm right now. Okay, I guess it is just the Justicar. Alright, we're going to attack the invasion and see if they want to block. Obviously this thing has Death Touch, so I can't shield mate to save my Justicar. I'm okay with that trade, partly because this Vindicator is coming. Partly because it brings them further away from both the Paragon and the Siege Worm. They could have played the Paragon this turn and then, like, I guess they can't put 2 counters on it a turn because they have 3 islands. Oh, right. They had the Stasis Field. I knew about this. I'm so stupid. Well, we can figure out what to do about that. Oh, wow. I can't believe how dumb that was. Yeah, I just knew it was there, and I just was like, oh, yeah, we'll just let it happen. Thunderous Orator. Okay, let's play our 3/6. This thing kills the invasion as well. It says it gives Defender too, so I can't even attack with it to get the Light Shield Array to put counters on it and make it bigger. I don't have a way of getting it back from my graveyard either. Alright, Paragon is fine. That doesn't bother me. We're going to attack the... Yeah, let's go attack the invasion. See what they want to do about it. Either I get the Light Shield Array or they're sacrificing a creature. So we'll see what they want to do. The Orator gets abilities based on creatures you control. So this will have flying if they want it. Instead, they want to avoid me getting the flip. That's fine. Now we go Drogskull Infantry plus Foretell. If we still have 4 mana next turn and not 5, then we can go Griff plus hold up Iron Verdict if we need it. The Iron Verdict I probably want to hold for the worm. Bow, search library for basic land, put it in your hand. Okay, that's fine. They still don't have enough to kill my 3/6, so we'll attack like this. If they want to trade, they're welcome to trade. I don't think I have a single answer in my deck for the Stasis Field. That was so dumb. I'm like, hey, let me... Okay, that's fine. I guess now they can double block my 3/6, but now I'll Iron Verdict and get the clean 2-for-1. Oh, okay, they're just blocking like... They're only single blocking? Okay, sure. That's fine. And then we'll play our 3/4 flyer. Another thing that can just kill the invasion. It's funny because on the one hand, the invasion is kind of giving them life in the sense that I'm not attacking them. But on the other hand, they're blocking for it. So it's giving me a lot of advantages in that. Like, they're spending resources to make sure it doesn't die. So in a way, it's kind of like it's not really gaining them life, right? It's as if they had blocked for themselves. There's a Siege Worm. The Siege Worm is going to get the Iron Verdict. Oh, but it's only a tapped creature. Okay, so I can't just Verdict. It's not attacking or blocking. It's tapped creature. That said, I can still send with the Paladin, and did that just trades with the Orator? Okay, so we'll... I guess it doesn't matter if we play land or not. Let's just attack with the Griffin. Bonk. Alright, cool. So now we got the flip. We can cast this. This is the first time I've cast a battle on here. Now we're going to have a thing that it's asking us to do at all times for the rest of the game. I guess just in case I want to play the Shield Mate, we'll play land. And then the Griffin gets bigger. Oh, I was so excited to play the Vindicator. I just wasn't thinking about it. I'm kicking myself still. It was just so I was like, I want to do it, and then I debated myself. All right, so the Iron Verdict doesn't work this turn because it's only on tapped creatures. Sigh. We have some okay blocks here, I guess. I guess we can just play Shield Mate, go to blocks, block this, and then we can even... And then they can kill our 2-power creatures. But we trade for their Siege Worm. They can't kill our Ardenvale Paladin. I was just going to put the 3/7 in front of it. Like, okay, it can bounce. But I'm like, I might as well take the opportunity to kill it. Especially since it's blocking in a kind of obnoxious way at the moment. And it's at a turn where they're exceptionally unlikely to have anything else to do about it. Or to prevent this triple block. Stall for time's not bad. I do wish I had my planes right now. I think I want to... Okay, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I suit this up... Okay, they can still triple block and kill it, but then I'll have 5 power, so I can kill both of these, leave them with a 4/4. I actually don't even think that's worth it. I think I'd rather just send with my flyers. They currently don't have an answer to these. The Paladin doesn't trade well enough for me to care. I'll just cast Stall for time, and then my flyers are like, they have to figure out an answer to these, and it's just getting harder and harder to answer. This game brought to you by My Rares. Sure, has hexproof, which is pretty annoying. That does encourage me not to cast Stall for time, considering that the Paladin can't attack through it anyway. I don't think they have attacks here. I mean, they can try if they want, but I don't think they have attacks. Okay. Draw. That's fine, I guess. Let's attack with the flyers. This is lethal in the air next turn. I don't really feel the need to disturb this. Like, the +2/+2 just doesn't matter. I'll just hold up my 2/3 mana spells. Sure. And I'm sure it's suspicious to them that I'm not disturbing this. Like, maybe they can see the writing on the wall of, like, well, it's just not relevant to do that. It wouldn't have changed the clock even if I cast it 2 turns ago. Or I guess last turn would have been the turn. So maybe they can figure out that sure. I could have tapped some stuff down before attacks, but I was just like, well, if I guess wasn't paying attention that they played their land. If they play a flyer, I'd rather tap that down, and I don't really care about their attacks. I'm at 24. I can just take the blocks that are free. Let's cast this. And then we could eat the 2 small creatures, take 9, go to 15. If we want to, we could... if I wanted to, I could soak more damage by putting this Paladin in front of one of the big creatures. It can block whichever... Well, you know what? This thing isn't doing anything. We'll just gain 5 life with it. But there's no point. I guess they're just, like, dejected because they can't win, but I'm surprised they didn't use the Horizon Seeker, the boast ability. Alright, let's suit this up. And then send the squad. Oh, also kill this, I guess. Our opponent's just, like, letting us do the whole thing, so we're doing the whole thing. Putting them to -11, killing their creature. Yeah. That game brought to you by Invasion of Gobakon. Strong card. And us goofing on our Vindicator. Damn it, I want to play with the Vindicator. And I'm the reason. It was my fault I didn't get to that game. Like, yeah, it was my opponent's card, but I knew they had it. Alright, I'm gonna stop malding. So far, every draft has gone like this, where we win... Like, we've been doing decently well in the beginning, but have that one game where we just lose to our opponent having more bombs than us and ones we can't deal with. Yeah, this hand seems fine. And go Sun Sentinel into Invasion, into Drill Master or Riposte or whatever we need to. Ooh, gaining 2 life, eh? Yeah, interesting. I don't know why I made that noise, did that voice. I have no idea. Boots of Speed. I like that they're not really doing anything, if I'm honest with you. Yes, Sun Sentinel. I just want to have an attacker, and I don't care so much about preventing them from playing something on a turn like this. I'd rather prevent... Oh, they have their own invasion. They gain 4 life and draw a card? That's pretty good. And they get a Sarah Angel? That's pretty good. We're missing on land drop here, which is a little unfortunate. What's invasion? Alright, I don't care about this 6 mana thing. Candle Trap is a little annoying. Okay, I guess I have to care about one of these 6 mana things. Let's get this. They don't have any black mana anyway. Actually, maybe I do take the Candle Trap. Yeah, actually, I think I do take... They have 1 land. They're like multiple lands away from playing either of these 6 mana creatures. Actually, we'll take the Plague White. If they want to... They don't have black mana anyway, so they have to draw a swamp to play it. They can like Candle Trap my Sun Sentinel, I guess, but now they're miles away from getting a creature into play, let alone flipping this. Like, they need multiple lands. Yeah, okay, there's the Candle Trap, which is like annoying, I guess, but it's not that bad given that I have a Sky Skiff in my hand, which I'm going to play. And now this Candle Trapped Sun Sentinel can crew my vehicle. They need to draw a swamp to play this 2/1. They need to draw 2 lands to play any of their 6 drops. They could, of course, draw spells that are castable instead, but looks like they're just not doing anything, which is what I was hoping for. Now, I do need to draw land at some point. And at some point, like, moderately soon. It doesn't really feel good to play this Drill Master, but what else am I doing with my turn? Yeah, I guess we're playing it. Sure, we're like mega overkilling this invasion. But it's just one of those, like, I might as well play the 2/1. It doesn't hurt to do it before combat. And, like, I don't think this trigger is going to matter very much. Just because if I draw land, I have other stuff I need to do instead of play that. And if I can get this thing attacking, we can put the pressure on, and maybe our opponent won't recover from being off balance like they are right now. We're trying to leverage our opponent stumbling into making up for us missing land drops and stumbling in a different way, because we're able to operate better on our 2 lands than they're able to operate right now. Because, yeah, now it's a 3/2. That's so much better. Okay, they've hit land 5. Wonder if that let them cast anything. It's not a black source, so they can't cast their black spells. Another land lets them play the Earth Cult Elemental, but I mean, at this point, I don't really care. That's pretty good. All right, let's crew. We're probably just gonna keep up flash stuff. I'm taking 9 here. We can stall for time if we need to. That seems exceptionally unlikely. We can Deadly Riposte if we need to. Again, exceptionally unlikely. But we can just cast the Shield Mate, and we might as well do that instant speed. There's no point in doing it right now. It's not really good right now. All right, so they found land number 6. Oh, but it's also not a red source, so they can't cast the Earth Cult Element. Yeah, they got mega set back by their land situation. No black mana to cast their multiple black spells. No double red, or like didn't have 6 mana to cast their multiple 6 drops. When they found their 6 mana, it wasn't double red to cast their double red spell. Yeah, they just couldn't cast anything. I think we made the right choice with the invasion in what we took with the invasion in large part because, well, I guess they couldn't cast it anyway. I guess it didn't really matter what we took because they couldn't cast any of their spells except for the Candle Trap, which you couldn't keep them off of anyway. I guess the Candle Trap in retrospect would have been slightly better in a way we couldn't have known about. The reason being that the following turn, they played Candle Trap plus their own invasion, which drew them a card. So if we had made them make the choice between those two, I guess it just takes a little longer, because they can still deploy them both. It's not like they needed to do it right that second. I guess we can keep this hand. We're on the draw. We'll find one of our 6/2 drops and or land. This Eternal Solitude or Eternal Isolation isn't particularly good right this second, but there's a lot of stuff we can't answer that's 4 or more power. They're a green mage, more likely to have creatures 4 or more power. Sure. Stall for time, not exactly what I wanted. I would love to draw, yeah, 2-drop into, ideally, land number 3. Now, we are still on 17 lands, but 2 of them do come in tapped, and one of them isn't coded as a land, so Arena might be like, well, it's more likely for you to draw a non-land or whatever. But we also have seen that doesn't really work that way. We drew, what, like 12 lands in the last round of the previous draft. Deals 3 damage to our creature plans work a battle. You can put a card in your hand at the bottom and draw a card. That's a good card. Alright, yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Here's my tap land. It's fine. Like, the stall for time eventually we can kick now. Can't be blocked with creature's power 2 or less. Put a 1 counter against haste. Oh! Oh, that's so good! They get a scry. Like, this card just read, like, put a 1/1 counter, give haste, scry 1, but we're gonna kill the... We get to Slash of Talons and use our mana that we weren't gonna get to use and get this, like, kind of 2-for-1. That's so good! So insanely good for us. And they're on 2 cards left in hand. That's what happens when you play a lot of stuff that doesn't do anything, like Kick in the Door and the Goggles. Well, our creature has Flash, so we're just gonna pass. Looks like we don't have anything. No, please don't hurt us. We don't have anything. Okay, they scout. Looks like they're missing land, so yeah, they're probably hoping for a land here, and also more likely to get it. Now they can equip the Goggles, make it a 2/4. We can just play this now. And our creatures can stare at each other for a little bit. I could play the Shieldmate, which should get us to start attacking, or I could foretell. I think I'll just play the Shieldmate. Foretelling, like, saves the mana for later, but because we only have 5 mana, I'm not gonna be able to. Okay. Oh, sure. Block. If you have a thing, we have answers. Arachnoid Adaptation gets 2/2 and reach, untap it. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. Now oh wait, no, hold on. I can Iron Verdict that. What am I doing? I was like, oh no, now I have to Field of Resistance. No, I can just kill their thing, get a 2-for-1. Mega Blowout. Cool. Start attacking. Our attacks are a little anemic, but they're on nothing. I would like another land or 2. I guess don't even need the second land. Just like 1 more land would be nice. I mean, as long as I'm not drawing lands, the cards I am drawing are good. This Renegade has just been a 2/2 every game, and that kind of sucks. But, like, like, I don't know. It's just the only times we've drawn it, we've been so absurdly ahead that it's just not going to matter. Oh, yeah, equip the Goggles. Give me a target. Alright. Yep, can't cast that. Let's get this. That might be a concession. Oh, okay. And this game is pretty hard to lose from here. They're on very few resources. We have answers to some stuff, not a lot. Like, this doesn't help us attack. New Horizons doesn't really do anything. If they don't have anything this... Oh, never mind. Literally lethal. I was like, if they don't have anything this turn, it becomes exceptionally hard because they have to deal with 3 lethal attackers, but the Drill Master just gives us lethal. Last 2 opponents just stumbled a lot, just weren't able to do what they wanted to do. Like, basically didn't really play the game. This opponent, at least it was like, that partly happened because we picked our spots to interact with them and got a couple of blowouts. Oh, I like our deck says we're blue-white because we have an island. Okay. I think 1 more and then we'll be done. Done for the day. I do want to get ready and get going. I hope this has been fun for y'all. Maybe I'll do more Magic content. Just be a Magic streamer. I do like the politics stuff, though. I mean, that's very interesting to me, but People like games, you know. I know this one very well. All right, we have Island plus stall for time. We don't have our quad white cards, so it's not a big deal. We don't have a 2-mana play, except for this Deadly Riposte, which is unlikely to be played on 2, given that we're on the play as well. All right, well we found our 4-mana, our 4-white spell, and we have our 1 island. So let's see if that becomes an issue. It seems like it might be. What does this do? It just makes 2 elementals. Yeah, it's all a solid card. We'll just flash in the shield mate block. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred, excuse me. At the beginning of combat on your turn, make a 2/1, trample haste second on your end step. Tap, search the library for a card, put in your hand, then shuffle, activate only if 5 more creatures died this turn. Of combat. Okay, so they are getting a 2/1 here. I'd still rather block one of the 1/1s because those stick around, whereas the 2/1's going to die anyway. I'm basically paying a life to kill one of these things, which, I don't know, I think is worthwhile. They are pausing here for reasons unknown. This thing does look really cool, just like sitting on the battlefield. Alright, and now I would like to draw some lands. Cool, that's one. Stall for time doesn't really do anything here, and we're probably not going to Deadly Riposte. But what are we going to do? This is what we have. If this were a Plains, if this wasn't our 1 island, we could play the Vindicator. It's actually kind of funny. Yeah, sure. If they send with both, I will pay a life to kill the 1/1. If not, I'm just blocking. If they have a thing to do, so be it. Deathbloom Thallid, sure. Feat of Resistance is actually pretty good. So now they'll send both probably. I'm likely going to repost the Deathbloom Thallid. I know that gives them a 1/1. That's not that big a deal. And then Feat of Resistance can save my shield mate if I need it to. It's so unfortunate. I need 1 more land to do anything. I have 4 5-mana plays, effectively. Well, this is a 4-mana play, but I need quad white, and I drew the 1 land that doesn't make white in the entire deck. Alright, we're going to start with the Deadly Riposte before blocks. Give us, like, maximum info. I just want to slow their roll, because once we get to 5 mana, I do have a lot of powerful stuff to do. I guess this Pillar Drop Rescuer isn't really anything until I get a thing in the yard, but there's a non-zero chance we're going to trade with this Sun-Colored Raptor. I mean, I guess. So on the one hand, I can Feat of Resistance to like not trade with the Sun-Colored Raptor. I think I'd actually just rather trade the Griff for it. Cause now, yeah, but then again, 1 more mana and we could cast 2 spells. We are getting stuck on lands a little bit, and in a really weird way, given how many 2-mana spells are in our deck. We're just going straight to combat, which makes sense. Now, they can deal some amount of damage to me. It's fine. They can decide how much they want to spend on it. I guess they can only really activate once. So I'll take 2, trade for their thing. It costs us both 3 mana, I guess. Oh, they probably should play that land first. Okay. Now we're doing stuff. I think we start with the Enforcer Griffin. I don't really think they have removal spells, so it's not that I'm playing around it. If they had removal, I think they would have played some amount of it. Oh, okay, well there we are. I guess that wouldn't have killed the Vanquisher, the Vindicator anyway. That's a very strong card. And they get to exile my cards. That turns off the Pillar Drop Rescuer, unfortunately. I don't know why, like, they keep sending that creature if they're not sending anything else. The thought was behind playing that was like if I draw a land, I can play Feat of Resistance plus the Vindicator, which should mean it definitely cannot die. But now I can't do that. I can. No, I just need to play the Vindicator. I can't really play around very much more at this point. I am relying a bit on them not having an answer to the Vindicator right now. If they don't, we have a very real shot. And if I draw one more land, we're like, well, I guess I don't even really need to draw land right anymore. Yeah, now like if I untap, I think we're pretty unlocked. We already cast the two hardest thing to cast. Oh, that's a good card. I think the Vindicator should prove more valuable. You should not attack with that thing. They can attack. They've been attacking when it just like bumps into the shield mate, but now the Vindicator really punishes them for trying to do that. So let's, given what I just drew, let's Invasion of Gobakon. And we might even crack the invasion with the Vindicator, depending on what we see. That does let them attack back for a decent amount, but I'm also okay with that given the presence of this Iron Verdict, which we're probably going to foretell. We are a little behind on resources, or sorry, we're a little behind on board, but like most of their resources are in play. I don't know what I can see in their hand that would be that devastating for them. I don't know why what they're thinking about. If they have something to do about this Vindicator, I would have assumed they would have done it last turn, but I guess we can Feat of Resistance in response. I guess that's the big choice. I think we're actually... Okay, what is this? Choose up to 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. An opponent chooses one of them, return it to your hand. The other goes to the battlefield under your control against haste exile on the next end step. What do they have in their graveyard? Not a whole lot. And then Midnight Scavengers, enters the battlefield, return target creature card through the list of your hand. Okay, so we're going to take the Wake to Slaughter. Yeah. It has Flashback. That's a very strong card. Currently uncastable. I think okay, so now that we know what's in their hand, we can foretell. But I guess it doesn't make a difference if we foretell, because we're going to cast the Iron Verdict this turn anyway. We're going to kill the Diregraph Horde if it comes in, which I expect it to. So we might as well, just in case we need to Feat of Resistance. Now, if we need to Feat of Resistance, that's exceptionally bad. If they find like Doomblade or something and we have to protect our Vindicator, they get to attack for a lot, because now the shields will be... We won't be able to Iron Verdict, whether we had foretold or not. It's a little unfortunate because, like, if we don't Iron Verdict this turn, I would have preferred to save the mana. But I'm so confident that we will that I'm not worried about it. That said, I'm really surprised they didn't activate the Bankbuster on their end step. They could have drawn a card. It might not have been on their radar. They might have been, like, trying to pay attention to the other stuff going on. That can happen when you have a lot of stuff. Okay, they're crewing. Well, if they're crewing, then I'm going to Iron Verdict the Bankbuster. Okay, they're just sending everything. Okay, start here. And then... block. And then I take 5, which isn't that big a deal. Midnight Scavengers, sure. Return a creature, so they get back the Sun-Collared Raptor. It's fine. Okay. We are under a little bit of pressure here, and we're probably not going to be able to attack. Does this do anything? Not this turn, but that does something next turn. I think we just pass. I'm not super worried about attacks here. I guess we also have this Light Shield array that can protect the Vindicator if I need it to. We're likely going to cast Stall for Time this turn. So I could Feat of Resistance this, or I could Light Shield array. If I Feat of Resistance, then I don't get to kick the Stall for Time. And the question is how good... I'm going to Feat of Resistance. Sure, and then maybe we don't stall for time this turn. Maybe it's next turn. Maybe they just don't attack because the Vindicator is that much of a threat. Yeah, I guess that's where we are. Now they are very close to going wide around my board. Okay, well that would have been good. Like that extra land was good if I still had the feeder resistance. The Pillar Drop Rescuer is just not relevant, so we're gonna just cast the stall for time. I could attack with the Vindicator, then stall for time, 2 things. Still taking a lot of damage in that case though, so we're gonna not attack. They do have a lot of stuff, and that is a problem. And eventually this Wake to Slaughter will get up to something. Oh, I forgot to tap stuff. Shoot. That said, if they want to attack, like this Vindicator is going to start popping off. And we can still protect it with the Light Shield Array. Alright, what you got, buddy? Battlefly Swarm, sure. Sure. I think we're still going to kick this. I just want the card, and I don't want to keep having to hold up all this mana. So we're going to tap the Raptor, and I don't care about Death Touch. The Raptor and the Horde, I guess. That's a good draw. This is a really good draw, because this attacks with impunity and starts getting enormous through the Light Shield Array. This would also be good, but I'd rather get the Shield Basher going. And now we're drawing some of the stuff that's going to turn the game around. It's still a little precarious. We're not out of the woods yet, for sure. This Wake to Slaughter will eventually get them some card advantage back. Oh, I guess they only have 1 creature in their graveyard now anyway, because they rebought the Raptor with the Scavengers. Sure. And let's see if they want to attack. I don't think so. This is like the worst turn to attack because some of their bigger creatures are tapped. They do have a lot of stuff to like a lot of random garbage on the board that we're gonna have to cut through to win this game. So we're in this for the long haul for sure. Okay, let's start by attacking. Now we can start attacking though. Because this thing doesn't block very well, but it does attack extremely well. And we'll pay 1. Oh, I should be tapping the island. I have literally no other use for blue mana in the entire deck, so I should not be tapping the white like that. I tapped the white because I'm like, well, you know, what's the difference? I have so much white. I'm forgetting, like, oh yeah, I don't have any blue pips in the deck. Now the Shield Break is going to get out of hand. Now we have another 4/4, and if this dies, it gains me 2 life and can come back for 1 crack for 4. I don't really want it to die. I think it's more valuable as the 2/2, or sorry, excuse me, as the 4/4 than. Okay, Gravedigger's pretty good. They get back there. Deathloom Thallid, sure. Again, they are close to going wide around us. I'm betting that they're not quite there. They might be though. It's really close. If they send, I want to get this shield mate killed because I want to play this rescuer, and I don't think we can afford to miss out on the value. Like playing this as 5 mana 2/2 flyer, I don't think is the world is a world I want to live in. A lot of this stuff doesn't really matter. Also, this Wake to Slaughter is becoming less and less relevant as they pull stuff out of the graveyard. Okay, I think I actually just send the Drogskull shield mate anyway. The idea being, they'll probably just kill it because it's free, and I want to play this rescuer. Oh, they're just gonna take it. Okay, well now it grows, and the way it grows does make it better at blocking a little bit. Right, a 3/4 blocks the Scavengers. It does give them good attacks this turn, so maybe I just play the rescuer. Yeah, I think at this point, given that they didn't block, I think I'm playing the rescuer anyway. Because the rescuer also means that if this Battlefly Swarm attacks, we have lethal in the air. Seems like this Vindicator has mostly been threat of activation. All right, let's see if they can go wide around it. They might be able to. All right. Pass. All right. This goes in front of here. Oh, hold on. Well, let's load up. This goes in front of the 3-2. This goes in front of, and I am just gonna trade off whatever I can. I guess this goes in front of the 2-2, and then this, because they can activate the Raptor twice, so that's representing 7 power. So this has to go here, I guess. So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's really bad. I'm actually dead. Can I block more power with this? I can. I can block 1 more, but that doesn't do anything. Oh, shoot. I think I'm actually dead. I think that attack killed me. No way. Oh, that's frustrating. I expected a block, and then that gives me 1 more blocker. Oh, that sucks. Oh, the one time we drew our mythic. Yeah, eventually just drew enough lands where they could go wide around us. That sucks. Oh, man. I should have been paying more attention to that, I guess, but not a lot to do about it. All right. I think with that, do I just keep going? All right, I'm going to keep going for a little bit more. We'll go into like 5. We'll play 1 more. I feel bad leaving in the middle of this, but that said, I don't have time to play it to the end. So we'll play 1 more. I don't want to end on that one, I guess is part of it. Yeah, sand seems good. Yeah, I keep thinking back to that last game, and I really shouldn't, but I keep thinking back, like, could we have beaten what happened to us? And, like, maybe this tap land, if it came on either of the previous turns, would have been fine. It's fine. We'll find a time to play it. Even if, like, we play the Shield Breaker next turn, and then we find we need to activate it, we can activate, play our tap land, and then we'll, like, try to play the Onulet in the subsequent turn. Weirding Wood. Okay. They are investing in the future there. I'm going to invest in the board. We have some pretty good attackers. If we don't draw a land, then we're obviously unable to play the Onulet, so we'll play the tap land. 4/3 trample. Other things have trample. Sure. Let's invade. Let's see. It's not that big a deal. Subtle Strike. 4 mana for Subtle Strike would be a big deal. Let's just take. I think we're going to take the Bearer of Memory. I don't think they're going to try to cast that for 5 mana. Because we did, and we see the bite in their hand. Because the problem is I don't have the mana to keep up Feat of Resistance and to make this indestructible on attack. If I don't make it indestructible on attack, they block, right? So let's just send here. And then we can keep up the Feat of Resistance. And if they... Is this an instant? It's an instant. Unfortunate. We can't block. But now we can Griff to kill it. Storm the Festival. You did not have that last time. Wow, that's so good. I would have picked that card. Nice draw, buddy. Wow. Alright, look at the top 5. Put 2 permanents with mana value 5 or less among them onto the battlefield. I mean, obviously, the maximum values, you get 10 mana worth of stuff. They got 4 mana worth of stuff, but, you know, it cost them 1 card to get 2, and eventually they can flash back. Alright, now the question is, do you attack? If they do, I would love for them to attack, because I would Deadly Riposte, but I guess they're not attacking. We have this Justicar, which means we're still not playing the Onulet. We're going to attack with these 2. We're going to pay a white to give it indestructible. They don't have any relevant blocks here. Okay, sure, they can just gain 4 life. But now this will get +1/+1 counters. On end step, we can play this thing. We still have Feat of Resistance up. And we can try to snowball. Infectious Bite. Okay, this can resolve. Infectious Bite on the Griffin. Interesting. That is not what I expected, but we'll still pro-green this. Do you have a thing to do? You can Subtle Strike, but I don't think Subtle Strike does anything. Pro-green. Bloop. I get a poison counter. I don't think that's going to matter. I thought they would try to kill the shield basher. Okay, they can kill my 2/1. That's fine. I had forgotten about that, but I should know. Isn't it choose one or both? Can't you put a +1/+1 counter on one of your creatures? I think they misclicked on that one because I think they would have wanted to do that. You don't have good blocks, so you might as well attack. But then my riposte will get them. Actually, that means I don't have to pay 1 for my shield breaker or my shield basher, which means I can get my. This is a turn where I can get my Onulet into play. Oh, do they have a thing? Maybe they have a thing. I don't think they have it. Doesn't seem like they have a thing. They're just gaining. They're just sacking to gain 5 life. Well, I guess they're just sacking their creature to gain 5 life. They might feel a little dejected given their situation. Maybe that's what's going on, but I don't know. That seems like a weird choice. Crack the Clue, sure. They still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So if they want to, they can cast this Bearer of Memory. It's really inefficient, but it's a thing they can do, and it might be the best thing they have available to them. Yeah, there it is. Now we will Eternal Isolation their Thicket Crasher. Oh, I guess they're just crashing in. Do I trade the Onulet? I could just trade the Onulet. Nah, I have a removal spell for it. This is like 6 mana, put a 1/1 counter on target enchantment creature, so it can only put it on itself, which eventually will be an issue. But let's do this. And then we can attack with everything. I'll pay a mana. See if it's indestructible. Now I have Deadly Riposte if they do try to get in with the Bearer of Memory. No, they're just going to trade it off. I'm just going to... I'm okay with that trade. Happy with it. If I had 1 more mana, the Shield Mate could have done it, but I would have had to not Indestructible. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have played my Eternal Isolation, actually. That would have been the way of doing it. But then, I don't know. Kami of Whispered Hopes. 1/1 counters will be put on a permanent you control. You get an extra 1. Make mana. Okay, sure. A bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. My turn. Yep. Yep. Invasion of Gobakon. Yep. Light Field Array is really good. I don't know how much the 2 extra mana for the Bearer of Hope mattered. Maybe it did. It's called Bearer of Hope, right? Bearer of Memory, excuse me. All right. Well, we'll play until the end of the hour, so I got 2 more minutes. If we can get these last 2 games done in 10 minutes, we can finish the draft. So we'll try. We'll give it the old college try. We'll make an effort. McKindy Stampede is a land this game. Is this hand good? I mean, I can't cast basically anything. All right, we're gonna. Oh, it sucks to mulligan the Vindicator. Oh, we have the same 3 lands. We'll keep this though. Ugh, this hand's so bad, but I'm not going to 5. What do I put on the bottom here? I think it's the Rescuer. I don't have anything it can get back at the moment. This draft might be over now. This series of hands was not very good. Okay, we'll play our tap land. We'll play the Skiff. Hopefully we draw something to do before the Shield Basher. Our opponent's getting quite aggressive over there. Well, if I had known I was going to draw running planes, we could have kept the first hand. Go to 15. I think if I draw a creature, I'm in the market to block at this point. Flowstone Kavu. Jeez. Okay, well, I guess we're drawing progressively. If this were an instant, we could deal with the Kavu, but now they're probably just going to get in for 4, 5, 6, 7. Hyper aggressive. Yeah, go to 8. The good news is they don't have a thing to do this. They're probably not going to do another thing this turn. I think it's better to play the Shield Mate, unfortunately. We can block. We can't block this thing because it has Menace. On a subsequent turn, we can. Fisher Wizard enters the battlefield. You can discard a card, draw a card. Okay, it's a good card, but it's not that big a deal here. Thankfully, we're taking less damage from the Kavu, unless they draw land, of course. Oh, they're not mono red. They just are stuck on colors. Okay, well, I guess we are taking 4 from the Kavu, so we're going to take 5 here down to 3. I don't know if we can win this one. Oh, that sucks. It doesn't give me an opportunity. It doesn't really matter, but I could have given the Skiff +0/+1 with the Shield Mate, which I would have wanted to do. And I'm crewing here because if I'd rather the Skiff dies, since it needs a creature to it's not a creature on its own, whereas the Shield Mate is. Okay. I mean, this sucks, but here we are. I guess we're just dead. I think we're just dead. Did we draw any non-land cards this game? No, right? We drew exclusively lands this game? Okay, great, cool, great, cool. I mean, that's still lethal, but they... Alright, let's crew the Skiff. They have to tap the Firebrand to kill me, but it's not a big deal. This would have been a great game to have the bevy of 2-drops that are in our deck, and we just didn't. Please, like, pump, and then, like, point the Firebrand at one of my creatures. Like, please just miss lethal. Like, there's no excuse for them missing lethal, but maybe they will. Yeah, I'm just gonna deal 1. Wow. I had to mulligan, kept 2 lands plus a flip card, so kind of 3 lands, and then drew exclusively lands into On the Play with a Nut Draw. The classic. Alright, we had some tilters to end our drafts, but... Oh, and we never really got to do Vindicator things. Wow. Alright, that's obnoxious. Ooh, not gonna lie, that is pretty tilting. Let's open some packs. What the hell is this? Oh, this is from Theros, that's why I don't recognize it. Okay, sure. Bronzehide Lion. It dies, returns battlefield with a... Oh, until end of turn. I was like, wait, how does this die if you... I was thinking it's the... Was it Fleece Mane Lion? The one that was good from the original Theros. Makes itself... It's like, it becomes monstrous, and as long as it's monstrous, it's indestructible. Night Tribal stuff. Knight of the Ebon Legion. More Knight stuff. Not that I like playing Knight Tribal. I just don't like Tribal anymore. I've played Magic for so long. I've done all the Tribal things. There's like different ways of being Tribal, but it's all just Tribal. Alright. Well, we got 2 drafts done today. Both ended rather frustratingly. We did a lot better in the last one. I never got to really do Vindicator stuff. Oh well. I think I got out of my system where I don't need to keep doing it on stream, but we'll see. Next stream day is next week, so tomorrow is another week. I think that's the line. That's the saying, right? That's the phrase people say and use all the time. Well, any case, I'm gonna get ready because I gotta go. I'm gonna go play some Magic live. I didn't play enough Magic today. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, tell your friends. Want to get that follower goal up. We can have more content. If I can keep doing this reliably, which followers definitely help with that. So please hit that follower goal. Sorry about the audio issues at the beginning, and unfortunately, we were like far enough into the draft where I couldn't just restart the recording. So on YouTube, well, you'll understand really quickly, but I'm sorry for that as well. But thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.